Hey,
Hey,
I had to make sure that was the new one. Fucking StreamYard
yeah.
just causes
So
me all.
Terminator this month, right?
It was supposed to be, but
Oh, damn it.
no.
I think I
In
watched all
fact,
the wrong movies then.
you did.
Ah, shit.
We're doing the
Shocker.
Vacation franchise. No, no. Come on. This is courtesy of my cousin Josh. I called him up, and he came over to one of my Christmas parties 4 years ago or whatever, and had this Marty Moose mug. Like in Christmas Vacation for the eggnog, but he had the exact those mugs. So I hit him up today, and I was like, I need your mugs. And he couldn't find it. He goes, but I do have this, and so he gave me the shirt.
Well, I guess it works since we're not doing Terminator.
No, the Vacation franchise Terminator, fingers crossed, will be live in August. Fingers crossed. Just some schedules did not work out for Terminator, people that really wanted to be there for that. So try to accommodate, especially to those veteran entrants and even to our veteran viewers, and try to get everything we can. We only do a show a month, and now technically every other month, if you count Horror Rumble and the Rumble as two different shows. That was a mouthful.
Yes, it was. But you're used to a mouthful, aren't you?
I'm used to giving a mouthful. You should know this.
Hey, I promised them I would never say anything.
And
The one you gave a mouthful to, not me.
I was going to let that one go. But Cliff Booth. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Cliff?
Blu-rays in the chat.
Blu-rays.
And Oink Oink will be pigs. Oink Oink. Daily Ghost. Hope you can stay in the chat. Ghost would have loved to have him on. He did a commentary over on his channel. Go check it out for European Vacation. Not too long back, I don't think. And even if it was a great one. Go check that out. The Daily Ghost. He was also on our Psycho show, so links in that. What you look? What? Am I missing something?
Read Dan's comment here.
Oh my god, I'm not reading that out loud. I do not condone, endorse anything that Daniel Shine posts in the chat or says on this show.
Just in case.
Never
mind. Just in case. We'll leave it at that.
Gotta have our grounds covered. Anyway, let's bring on our fine entrants. We got a full house tonight. As full as this thing will let us.
Which thing? Oh, the duck.
The duck. Stupid duck.
Yes. The Rumble, sponsored by Ducks Unlimited.
Oh, yes. Exactly.
All right. Well, what do you say we go in reverse order tonight?
Just pop them in. Yeah.
Let's start with Jay the Stingray.
Oh, hello.
What's up, Jay?
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, happy to be here, man. Thank you for doing this because I actually got to watch some decent comedies for a change.
It's been a while. You got to go back to the classics to get decent comedies.
You have to, man.
So, well, yeah, always a pleasure.
All right. Next up, let's go with Mr.
I don't know
Bombastic, Mr. Bombastic himself.
Got me just in time, didn't you?
Hello, sir.
Como están?
Así.
Por qué?
Bet you thought I was going to say muy bien.
Yeah. Fucking muchas gracias, man.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, exactly. I would like that. That duck.
Fuck
Maybe
that
we
duck.
can add that to the intro.
We're gonna figure shit out. I was hoping they'd get their shit together.
I got an offer the other day to try like their advanced plan, and that shit is $1,000 a year.
Yeah, I get offers all the time to try it, but I don't want to be moved over to their other.
No,
plan after a
$90 a month.
We got some
Right.
stuff in the works, Jess. I'll talk to you after we finish.
Sounds
About to
good.
leave. We're about to leave this damn duck.
It's about time. I was just we'll figure it out.
Hashtag fuck the duck.
Absolutely.
All right.
Greedy bastards.
Yes.
Next up, complete with his hat.
What's up?
Daniel.
It's not me without the hat. How's it going, gentlemen?
Good, and you're right. We could not have you without the hat.
Exactly. Did you know Beverly D'Angelo gets fingered in the Sentinel?
We do now.
I've seen that movie and I don't remember that. I mean,
Ghost.
do
I
a
see.
rewatch.
Bring Ghost comment back up, please.
This one?
I don't know. I can't.
Well, I was
see it.
gonna say, how do you know?
Yeah. So how do I know? So I'm glad that you're stoked for it, but it may be a very uninteresting rumble because there's only one movie I think that we're all going to be that anybody's going to have any kind of contention about.
I could see the rankings being different, though.
Ranking's different, but this is a good series. You know what I mean? Like
This
one of
is
the
It's a solid 4 movies.
solid.
I would-
Yeah, I'm not going to throw away any of these. Okay. Are we doing Christmas CV2?
well, I was just gonna say it's officially not on the board, but it's got to be brought up.
Yeah.
It's got to spin off Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin
And-
Eddie's Island Adventure or some shit.
And that is National Lampoons.
It is National.
It is
Lampoon.
National Lampoons, but I don't even like to pretend.
See,
that
Vegas
is it.
Vacation is not National Lampoon.
Yeah.
So what's the criteria, right? Like
I noticed that last night and I sent Jess a message.
The theatrical movies are the
that's fair. That's fair.
are the
And then we'll do dorm days and stuff like that afterwards, right?
National Lampoons.
That would be a depressing like
Those drop off so hard, man. I was looking at the list.
that would
and
be
it's just-
something
Yeah.
to do. Like honestly, like
A National
After Van
Lampoons.
Wilder, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of them, but I know they're garbage.
even
There
the
are
Van
some good
Wilder sequel, like that everyone forgot happened, is pretty rough.
Oh yeah, with
The
Kumar.
Rise of Taj.
There are some good ones.
Some,
in
but
that
not
direct
like
video
like
way.
you guys. were
There's
saying,
an
Jay was saying.
early Bryan
Yeah.
Cranston movie.
Going the Distance is a good one. I'd recommend that.
National Lampoons owes me money,
Mhm.
and we're not going to get too deep into that. But it's actually an agency that National Lampoons hired to fill an audience for their National Lampoons Live. It's a comedy show filmed in Santa Monica.
Was it just like a like improv or sketch or something?
It was stand up. It was a whole
Stand-up.
stand up show, and it was supposed to be filmed for whatever, be it HBO. It ended up being obscure. I think you can find some of the clips on YouTube now.
I've got a DVD of the
But-
National Lampoon stand-up thing.
They fucking owe me money.
You know, it's funny how like it was like a big circle of people because like you look at like Mad Magazine, like SCTV, National Lampoons, like it was a lot of the same people were running in those circles.
Mhm.
And Saturday Night Live, some of them.
National Lampoon, though, is one of those. It's not a reputable brand, though, because there's so much shit attached to it.
Well, they became like titty flicks, right? I mean, like
It
you know,
became.
Hey,
I
there's
think
nothing
it
wrong
became-
with titty flicks.
The
I
people
think
they
it's-
used
Well, I
that
think it
came out
became
of
a thing-
that were what?
Yeah, like you could buy a Polaroid TV there for a while. Like Polaroid didn't actually make that TV. Like I think the National Lampoon's movies were a lot like that. Like TV the movie. I don't know if you remember that National Lampoon's TV the movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
they were just crap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch some of them.
We got to stop
No.
right here. We're not finished introducing
Sorry.
everybody yet. No, I'm sorry. We were getting into, even I was getting into topics, and I was like, we're not
Oh, yeah.
done.
Yeah,
Let's
got
bring him
one
on.
more.
And then we'll finish this.
My bad, Corey.
While he may be the last person we're bringing on, he is one of my favorite people to have on, even though he seemingly roots for what should be a last place team. Kory from S'mores Indoors and his St. Louis Cardinals shirt.
Good to be here, guys. My two favorite non-vacation National Lampoon movies: Loaded Weapon and Senior Trip.
Loaded Weapon now. Hang
Loaded
on.
Weapon's
Those,
solid.
Loaded
Senior, those are both pretty early on, though, like when that brand
Yeah.
still had some kind of gravitas. I'm talking like the early to mid 2000s, they were just pumping out dog shit.
There was definitely some crap, but if you dive into it, there are some that I think are probably funnier now than you'd remember.
Senior Trip with a very young Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Matt Frewer is the principal.
Mhm.
That's actually a very funny movie.
Hey, Jake. From Rewind or Die. Go check that out, too. It's a Slaughterport's new revamped channel. So he'll be back on for the Terminator show.
Terminator.
Do it,
The Terminator.
The Terminator.
The Terminator.
You know.
Yo.
Show me your leadership capabilities.
Yeah, this one, I don't know if we want to go into the spinoffs. The one spinoff TV movie, like I said, Cousin Eddie, The Christmas Vacation 2, it is just awful. I want to forget about it. Even though it has Eddie and Catherine and Dana Barron. Is it Dana Barron from the first movie?
Yeah.
Audrey.
Yep.
Not worth hurting your eyes to, really.
Well, very odd timing too. Like it was like 07 when that came out, right? Something like that.
No. I was young, so it had to be early 2000s, 2000, 2001.
No, I don't
thought it
think
was
that
somewhere
early.
around
I
there.
think it's somewhere in between what you and Jay both said.
I mean, it may have sat on the shelf for a little while before it
Maybe.
actually got, DVD or whatever, VHS.
Now I got to chat.
2003.
Okay. You're closer to you, what you were saying. I was going to say 05.
Still, I mean, it's a good ways after Vegas. That's what 7 years after Vegas.
Yeah.
Can I get some mild Chevy Chase bashing out of the way before we start?
Sure.
He really does suck as a human being. As funny as these movies are, and like he had a string of gold, he's a terrible fucking person.
That being said, though, he's got some really funny movies, man.
He has
great on
really funny
SNL.
movies, but you also can't forget that he has some very forgettable movies as well.
Well, sure, but I mean, I think
He
a lot of
was
people probably
never what he was in his head.
Flesh,
No.
Caddyshack. I mean, come on, those are clutch.
I watched Just Friends today, and which is a fantastic Ryan Reynolds movie from the mid 2000s that doesn't get enough love. But I really do think that's how Chevy Chase saw himself. I was thinking about that while I was watching it. A Ryan Reynolds, tall, handsome, snarky, right? But he wasn't Ryan Reynolds handsome, and
That's
he
true.
really saw himself as a leading man.
Oh, he also did a lot of drugs, so that probably inflated his ego even more.
And he was
Oh,
really smart.
graceful.
He went to fucking Harvard. Like he's not.
Yeah,
Well,
He's
that
not-
probably
Oh,
helped.
Funny
didn't help
Farm,
the
thank
ego.
you.
Funny Farm is one of my favorites of his
that's
outside
one
the
of my
vacation
all-time
movies.
favorites.
Yeah.
Funny
I just
Farm's
watched it the other
He-
day.
Like
he
him and
made
Steve
some
Martin,
great
man.
movies.
Those were my guys back then.
I don't know about that one.
Under the Rainbow. Cops and Robertsons. Like, go to that era. Let's talk about that era, Chevy Chase.
Brian?
I think he got to the point where he didn't care as much. A lot of actors get
Memoirs of the Invisible Man almost made
Yeah.
John Carpenter quit the business.
I didn't hate Cops and Robertsons. I actually thought Jack Palance was pretty fucking.
I liked it when I was a kid, but I really liked Chevy Chase when I was a kid. Like, if Chevy
Yeah.
Chase was in a movie, I was going to like it.
Yep. I
Yeah.
do say.
Well,
I was gonna try to like
Modern
it.
Problems is good.
He really, it really bummed me out. Like, in my head, Chevy Chase was just Clark Griswold, right? Like,
Yeah.
in real life. It really bummed me out to find out that he's just terrible. Like, almost no one has a good Chevy Chase story. Like, it's sad.
Reminds me of my kind of Tom Arnold experience. I always thought of him as being fun-loving Arnie from Roseanne, and no, he had a very big Hollywood ego head.
I know he sucks, but watch the fucking docu-series about his sister. She was this giant queen
queen.
in meth. Insane thing. Just it's interesting. Check that out.
Nothing But Trouble.
Not a great movie, but I have really
I
fond
love it.
memories of it. Fucking Tupac's in that movie.
Tupac
Yeah.
is a dancer in that.
Tupac
movie.
showing
name is
how
Tom
gangster
Cruise.
he really
Oh,
is.
no, for the Odyssey. No, the whole Digital Underground's in that movie.
Yeah.
Weird ass
So
movie.
weird. That's so weird because I watched the Humpty Dance video earlier.
Your chance is your dance. Do the hump.
You can't. I mean, you got Dan Aykroyd with the dick on his nose. I mean, it's a
I like
cult
Spies
film.
Like Us. That's another one that
He's got a lot of good movies, man.
He does.
he does.
And he's
We're
talented.
Point,
leaving
most of
some
his-
out too.
Oh yeah, to a point, most of his stuff was really good.
He reached a point where he just couldn't do anything good though, until Community came along, and it was just like fucking pulling teeth to get him to do that show.
I think now he's just kind of taking a check. He was in a. Did you guys see Zombie Town with him and Dan Aykroyd?
No.
See, like nobody did. It was like it's like kind of like a Goosebumps style kids horror
Well,
movie.
I've noticed even his style of comedy now is changed drastically.
Well, he is old as fuck. Also,
Yeah.
He puts on, but like there was an airheadedness quality to Clark. Like think of like I'm gonna use Clark as his archetype, but like there's an airheadedness to Clark, but like also like he's an accomplished, successful man. Clark's not an idiot, right? Like
Yeah.
he is an idiot, but you know what I mean. And it just seemed like when Chevy would play that character moving forward, it would constantly get dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber.
Yeah.
Follow that bird. Sesame Street. I love that movie.
It's kind of the ego thing. He can't do anything wrong, and that feeds into the comedy. We all have probably a relative that would refuse to ask for directions when they're clearly lost. Like,
Oh, that's me.
But we get
Yeah.
to bring that up here in a minute. Talking
Let's
about
just.
directions when you're lost.
Are we ready to get?
Let's
Into
We
do it.
probably should. I wanted to just do a little Chevy hate to get that out of the way.
Okay. So, Christmas Vacation 2, any last thoughts on that? Or even Hotel Hell
We
Vacation?
should probably just talk about
short
Christmas
film.
Vacation too when we get to the time.
Okay,
period.
when we get to around that time period.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So this first bit, well, here's me at Wally World. Kind of. Hold on.
That's Six Flags.
That is Six Flags Magic Mountain. That's the Ninja. I didn't have any of the coaster picks for what was in the movie, but I won't ride those. Amanda and our other buddy Chris went on the big ones. I was down there. I don't like big drops. I can go super fast. You can loop to loop, go up in the air, dangle me around, but the moment those big just straight down drops, I can't. My body can't take
The
that.
fucking Twinkies and Swiss rolls fucking turn around and try to come back out.
Hey,
the
Cole.
other way.
Yeah. And I don't even. I don't know. I can't. My body can't take that feeling. That contorts it. It hurts it. It just hurts. So, but anyway, that was at Wally World, Six Flags Magic Mountain, and we're talking about National Lampoon's Vacation. I love that poster.
I love that art. It was
Yeah.
it was so common for movies to have, similar art like that on the VHS boxes.
Oh, don't forget
Those-
that's like virtually every Manowar album cover too. So
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's start off this way before we get into, because I think everybody's gonna love this movie, right?
Go on, yes,
Yeah.
or I do.
What's your favorite line from this movie?
There's so many.
Uh,
Jay and I were throwing them back and forth in private messages today. So
You ever bop your baloney?
you ever bop your baloney's a good one.
But I French kid.
There you go.
Daddy said,
Daddy
I'm
says
the best
that's
daddy.
the one I said
Ah,
back
damn.
at Jay.
You know the daughter, Jane Krakowski, went on to do 30
30
Rock.
Rock.
I didn't know that until last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew she looked familiar, and I was just looking at the cast. I was like, "Holy shit, that is her!"
Even her now in her 50s, like you can see
Yeah.
the,
Oh yeah.
the looks the same. Yeah.
You see, kids, there's just so many.
Excuse me, homeboys.
Pardon me, Holmes.
Hey, yeah, what it is? Said,
You
"What it
don't
is."
even want to ask me. You want to
Bite him back.
Fuck your mama.
I ain't
Thank you
even
very much.
around here.
Bite him back was kind of funny. Daddy bites. Bite him back.
Oh, there's just so many. He's talking to Russ, and oh no, she was a waitress, and you understand, Russ? Yeah. You think Mom will buy it?
What I love about this movie is the shit that I mean, like you said, there's an incest joke. They kill the family dog. Like they do so many different things.
They strap the ant to the freaking top of the station
Oh
wagon.
yeah, and drop
Dead-
her off
yeah.
dead on her son's doorstep.
It
I
you
pinned a
wouldn't
note
have,
to her
like-
coat.
But here's the thing: everyone at that point in the movie is rooting for Clark to kick this bitch out. Like they don't care. You know what I mean? You're ready to get rid of her at that point. It's
Yeah, I have some
also
good news.
being
You're
you know,
driving me.
being a man with a family who goes on family vacations. This is such a great depiction of like everything going wrong that goes wrong on it's fucking awful doing the family trips that like getting there and you get there and you get settled in, it's great, but getting to and coming home from are disastrous. Not
Well, I was going to say
necessarily-
that, Jonathan. And I'm sure we all feel that this was my family vacation in the station wagon in the '80s, going to the Smoky Mountains, or even Disney World.
Yeah.
So it's
You drove to Disney?
my dad did, yeah. Dad
God,
did.
wow,
Five
that's
of,
a hell
five
of a
of us in a car, yeah.
How many days is that over?
it's like 13 hours from here.
Well, and it was a 2-week span because Disney was just one destination. We went to Cape Canaveral.
Oh, that's right.
And our main destination, and was in Key West. So
you did the vacation.
yeah, we did. Yeah. And then even younger, driving into the Smoky Mountains, we had all sorts of mishaps. My dad almost got eaten by a bear.
That's the way. and
Trying to
when
film it with the 8mm camera, being stupid.
But you watch that movie. You watch these movies differently at different stages in your life. Like when you're a kid, you're watching it, and you're like, oh, the dad's so dumb. Like, but then like you get to be the dad, and you're like, I get it. I fucking get it.
Yeah.
Mighty Mississippi,
empathize
kids.
so hard with Clark.
That is me on every trip. You're right now. Now I'm him, not the kid.
You're just
Yeah, you
throwing
are.
your
Now
fist in
you're
the back
Clark.
seat.
You're embarrassing the kids.
Like
Like it's
somebody.
inevitable. Like the kid's embarrassed of you. Like you have like, and as the parent, you have these like delusions of grandeur about how this vacation's gonna go and how smooth it's gonna be and how much fun. And then like you'll do things that the kids hate, and you're like, what the hell? I fantasized for like 2 months about how much fun you were gonna have doing this. Like,
spent thousands of dollars to make this one little thing happen.
yeah, I spent $1,200 so you could swim with a dolphin you don't care about. Like, it's like
It's like when you buy your kids some expensive toy and they're more
I don't
concerned
give
with
a
the box that
shit
came
about
in.
it, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like that's what Clark is trying to do is give his family a great vacation. He wants to bond with his kids. He wants to have a good time with his wife, and he can't do any of these things.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have so much fucking fun. We're gonna have to get
Start
plastic surgery
off-
to get the smiles taken
off
off our
with-
face.
The metallic P truckster.
We'll be whistling zippity doo-dahs out of our asshole.
I love that.
There's
There's
always
always a
point
part in these movies where Clark
where he
loses
breaks.
it.
Yeah.
He
I love
doesn't
it.
break any better than he does 2 movies from now, but still, he always breaks. You got Eugene Levy
Bend over, I'll show you.
being like the worst, like the sleaziest fucking car salesman. You got the metallic P, right?
Eugene Levy's great in everything.
Metallic P, yes.
Yes.
It's
Probably-
metallic P. Like,
Now, I'm not your everyday ordinary fool. I ordered the Sport Blue model.
Levy might be one of the great, like near the top of the list of the greatest comedic actors of all time.
he has such a good face. His face is so expressive and those big bushy eyebrows. Like,
Yeah.
Well, again, he came out
I
of
was-
SCTV. Jay was talking about earlier.
I was
Back-
SCTV
back-
over
John-
SNL.
John
those days.
Candy, Martin Short.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a laundry.
Eugene
list.
Levy, Joe
Dave
Flaherty.
Thomas, Rick Moranis.
Yes.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
Dave Thomas. Not the Wendy.
Strange Brew. There's another 80s classic for you.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta take
Oh.
a leak.
You
There-
SCTV fan, Strange Brew? I know Cole's out there in the chat.
You pretty much have to be if you come from Canada. That's
What's
a
up, Steak?
requirement.
Thick sauce.
Hey, Steak, what up? The talent pool. Flaherty's one that doesn't get enough attention. What a talented dude. But yeah, I mean, I think Vacation is. Well, I don't know. I'll save the rankings, but obviously, I think very high of it. Watching it again, you forget. You wouldn't have said back in the 80s or 90s. You wouldn't necessarily say it's an edgy movie. It's very edgy now.
I remember
Yeah.
being for a long time. I watched it. I didn't have a physical copy of it. I'd watch it. It played on TV constantly in the 90s. So I didn't even know there was nudity in it. When I found out that movie was rated R, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah. Well, there's the Europeans PG-13, and there's a bunch of nudity. So
We'll get to that. I
Different
think
time.
Jay and I both have stories on that one, that part of the nudity.
Well,
But you're
I
right
will
on this
admit-
one, Jonathan, because even in the 80s, it was possibly on TV when I first watched it. My whole
They
family watched
played
this
the
movie
shit
together.
out of the original Vacation, and they should have. It was a great movie.
It was great. Sadly, even edited, I think, fell in love with it.
It is now. I will say this: when I did get it on VHS, I wore out that shower scene with Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh yeah.
My God, Clark didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he's out there chasing, whatever. When you got that right there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, it
Kristen
is
Brinkley
Kristen
is
Brink-
not just
Kristen
whatever.
Brinkley. Yeah.
No, I'm just here's what
was
I'm saying, dude. Listen,
the it girl at the
in
time.
one instance, he gets to have probably mediocre sex with her. Okay, probably. All right, and he loses half of his shit and sees his kids on the weekend, or he gets to bang Beverly D'Angelo. Still nice, right? Like still top tier, and he gets to keep his family and half of his shit. You see what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer. It's not even hard.
Oh, I don't disagree with you.
It's not even hard. This Clark was just greedy.
she forgives him pretty quick in the movie. Like I could see that being one of those things that might particularly piss women off now watching this
No,
one.
Yeah, she's immediately like, let's just go fuck in the pool.
you catch your husband in a pool with a naked model. Like it doesn't go smooth.
This is crazy. This is
I
crazy.
can imagine not.
Yeah.
Listen, what did he say? He threw his back out or something? He just thought that-
I didn't see her in there.
Oh.
And that the scene with the dog, I mean, and it goes a little bit further when the cop's like, it's like, I'll pick up the carcass. Here's his leash, and then the look on Aunt Edna's face, like, holy
The piss sandwiches.
Yes.
dog
Yeah.
killer.
That's what Cliff was talking about, blowing kisses with every sandwich. He's like,
He's fucking.
I saw that they got a bunch of letters from people after the movie came out that they had done the exact same thing with their dog.
The cop
God.
being so fucking pissed.
that
Yeah,
was
he cries, doesn't he?
about.
Yeah.
Well, I
I'm
don't.
gonna go pick up the
Clark did it
carcass.
on purpose, right?
No, he didn't do it on purpose.
I always took it as he 100% did that on purpose, and then he was like, "Oh my god!"
No, just all the shit around it. He tied it to the bumper on purpose
See,
to like
I
so he could
feel-
finish loading the
I
car or
feel
some
he
shit.
purposefully killed the dog.
Maybe subconsciously, but I don't think he.
Okay, well, you go with subconsciously. I think he did that and just left, and that's why he's not really busted up about killing this dog. He's just ready to get. He just wants to keep going. Like that's really all he's worried about when he gets killed.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that. Beyond his performance, he really wasn't that upset about it.
Let's
I mean,
just
They all
leave.
hate that damn dog.
I don't think he meant to. I mean, I do think he meant to. There was whether it be subliminally or I think he very much meant to do that.
I
And then
can
played it off
honestly
from the top.
sympathize with him in that scene only because when I was like 6 or 7, it wasn't a dog, it was a cat. I was trying to clean up the yard, and the cat was like an indoor-outdoor cat. And it kept trying to run out of the yard, so I grabbed it. I threw it in our empty trash can and put the lid on it.
Uh-oh.
And I continued up the yard. Well, my mom went out, threw a bag of trash in the trash can,
Oh.
and clamped the lid shut. And about 2 days later, she came over and she's like, "Hey, where's our cat, Sylvester?" "I don't know. I haven't seen him." So we're out looking all over, and she opens up the trash can, and there's a dead cat in there.
Ooh.
Damn, dude, you're gonna lose some viewers over.
I was
that.
just thinking the same thing. We just lost.
I was like 6 or
20%
7.
of our
I
viewership
was
at
just a
least.
stupid kid. I put the cat in the trash can. He's
That's
not
an
going
awful
anywhere.
story.
My
Yeah, I
mom's
think
the one that killed it, not me. Damn it! I
Well,
love
you
cats.
just killed this channel with that story.
Yeah.
They're dropping right now. Look at the numbers.
At least Clark
I
killed
love
the dog
cats.
in fiction.
Yeah, and Clark has plausible deniability.
Yep, there was Cole. Goodbye, Cole.
The Christy Gnome. New name.
And then every year after that, he gets these letters that said, "I know, I still
Yeah.
know."
That's Kory Ross, P.O. Box.
You need to get it to bring it up on the screen.
I knew.
Oh, jeez. It was 40 years ago.
Oh, wow. I don't even know where to continue with this. Yeah.
Anybody else killed any of their family pets?
I didn't do it. It was my mother.
This was supposed to be a fun. We lost another one.
I don't think Cole was joking. He didn't fucking around with that shit.
There was this hooker back
There
in
was-
'92. Got a little lippy.
Just,
Yeah, let's live
trying
and
to
get
run it-
talking about
Like
killing.
Just Marty
86,
Jannetty this
87.
show. Remember when Marty Jannetty came out and said he killed that guy in the middle of that podcast and just fucking killed it? That's what just happened.
jeez.
Just Marty Jannetty the shit out of it.
This is supposed to be an uplifting show.
Quit trying to blame
Comedy.
me for it. It was my mother, not me.
Yeah, comedy. Comedy.
Oh, comedy? I don't know. I can't
Not a
make
Jew. Not a Jew.
it.
It's only bad if he's got a boner right now when he tells the story.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Trust me, I do not.
Kory from S'mores Indoors. Have you
I've-
had my
I've
vacation?
actually got a couple stories that relate to that, but I'm not going to tell them right now.
What atrocities do you have to admit to, Kory?
But nothing I did.
Well, I wouldn't admit to any, so I'm not going to just put them out there. If I had any.
Well, if I say it now, they're going to think it was me that did it anyway. So
My thoughts on this one. I mean, you guys have said it all, but it's one of those great. Like, I love a great road movie, and this is one of the best, and it's still true about what happens when you go through St. Louis. You got to stay in the right areas. So.
we haven't forgotten.
Jesus
what
Christ, you got a big pussy.
Giant one. Giant. Does not appreciate. Just
Why'd you say it twice? Didn't.
Jesus, you got a big pussy. Jesus, you got a big pussy.
I read in the script that when they had the grandmother on the roof, they originally planned for her to move her fingers, like insinuating she wasn't dead, but they thought it was too cruel.
Was worse than the.
That would be way funnier. And then bring her back at some point.
Oh, he should have just left her on the side of the road and then like end credits. Like she just comes to.
Ugh, she's on me again.
I think it was best the way it was because then they leave her for their cousin, her child to find or something.
Wrapped in a hefty bag.
Yeah.
I will
On a
say one
lawn
thing
chair.
too. I saw this on some video on YouTube that the people that live in Eddie's house now hate when people come by there to look at it. They'll come out there yelling and say, "Cousin Eddie doesn't live here," and chase you down the road and shit like that.
Show us your worm farm. Where is it? Where is the house?
I can't remember exactly, but yeah, they get shitty. They're redneck to the core. So.
If it looks like it did, yeah, I can imagine.
You got asteroids? No, but my dad does. And we sit down. You're right. I've seen that or read that somewhere too, Kory. I don't know. Why would you? I wonder if they knew when they were buying the house that they were buying Cousin Eddie's house. I mean, I'm all for privacy, but like when you buy an iconic movie house,
Who bought Cousin Eddie's house?
It's just some hillbilly people there that get shitty when you come around it. Which, I mean, how many people are like coming to see that house nowadays? Really, you know?
I mean, you're not going to go to see the house. Maybe if you were close by doing something else,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not some iconic house, I don't think.
I
Yeah, I guess not super iconic, but
I'm sure it would be some sort of a selling point for the realtor.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Nobody goes and sees that Roseanne house either in Evansville. So
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Indiana, yeah.
I drive by it occasionally.
Yeah, that and what's the bar, the tavern or whatever?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I mean,
The
it's
Lobo?
not open now, but they call it the Lobo now. So
Where is that show set?
Lanford, Illinois, suburb of
Illinois.
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, Chicago. Like think of like outer
No, and
Chicago.
actually not a little further than a suburb of Chicago because they have to drive to Chicago for like an hour or two.
You're right, and it's loose meat, so you gotta like Lanford's fictional, but it's got to be on closer to Iowa. It wouldn't be something that originated on like the Indiana side.
I was brought up quite a bit. That's where Jackie gets her idea for the lunchbox. Is she was trucking and picked up a loose meat sandwich in Iowa.
Probably
Which
pretty
they-
good, right?
They dropped that concept of it being a loose meat sandwich restaurant eventually
When?
in the Connors.
Oh, I've never watched an
No.
episode.
It's
Me
worth
neither.
watching. It's just weird.
I'm not watching it without her. I can tell you that much.
Nah.
John Goodman's still amazing. We should.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't necessarily my favorite part of the show or favorite actor, but I can't watch that show without her.
I think
sort of
Jackie's
way.
the star of that show. She's by far the funniest part of it.
No, I was about to say her and John Goodman do a lot of heavy lifting
Are the
to
best.
really make it work.
Darling,
It's really like a family that everyone can kind of relate to. You know, there wasn't
Well, they
you
were
know, the
they
Full
were-
House that have a
they were-
$1 million mansion in San Francisco.
Yeah, they were the poor family on TV that you could identify with.
Yeah.
Really, probably one of the first like honest sitcoms, as Jay was mentioning. Like, even after Roseanne, you'd see stuff like Friends, and it's like these people have normal jobs, but they're living in what would be like a $1 million
Insane,
law.
yeah.
You know, it makes no sense whatsoever. That's not what life in the city's like.
You could argue maybe it's rent controlled or something. You know, maybe they got it from didn't they get it from a relative and then somebody's grandmother died? That's how they got it. I think Monica's grandmother, maybe.
I don't know if they ever really explain it. There's
I think
They did.
at one point.
It was
Okay.
Monica and Ross's grandmother that passed away. The apartment was in her name, but she sublet
That's-
it to Monica or whatever. And
Probably how they're able to afford it on
Yeah.
their, I mean, sometimes bullshit jobs.
yeah.
but for the record, I preferred watching Married with Children over Roseanne, anyways. So
See,
I
the
would
myth
agree.
there was that a shoe salesman could buy a house like that.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the '80s.
Football
Yeah.
here.
Single family, dude sells shoes, daughter's a whore.
And he's bad at selling shoes. Like he's not even like a great shoe salesman.
All his customers are just fat women. It's like a nightmare for him.
No man.
Like I'm a size 5. Like woman, you're like a 9 if I ever saw one. Cram it in there.
Did this come up because they use some stock footage from Vacation for Married with Children?
Really?
No, this came up because I just prefer Married
We
with
just
Children
got
to Roseanne, but
Oh,
somebody
Now
had
we're
made the
back
comment
around.
that
What stock footage?
I think the fountain and they're the car driving the long shot. That's, I think, in the opening credits of Married with Children. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure there's some stock footage of the Chicago, and that's used again in Married with Children.
Is it the truckster? They're driving the truckster?
I
That's
think
stock
so.
footage, right? So it's stock footage. It's not like,
Uh-huh.
or it'd be B-roll from that movie.
Honestly, it might even be B-roll. I have to double check that. Somebody else back me up out there if you go out. Yeah, well, I gotta watch the opening of Married with Children. It might be one of the long shots of the truckster down in there. But if it's not that, I'm pretty sure it's at least stock footage of Chicago that are used. I don't know. If I'm completely wrong, I'm sorry. I say stupid shit sometimes.
Metallic P.
Metallic.
Yeah, and the metallic P.
This is crazy.
We can all agree though that almost I'd say about 90% of the vehicles in the 80s were pretty fucking ugly. But
Yes.
that fucking station wagon has got to be the ugliest fucking thing ever.
Well, this one, and we'll talk about it when we get to it, but like this movie does the car gag really well because it's shitty in a believable sense, pretty much. And then the it's a sequel, I guess, or reboot, whatever you want to call it.
It's a sequel. Vacation 5.
Yeah, that the car gag in that one is too much.
We'll get to it because I want to slightly argue. I get where you're saying, but I could slightly argue that.
I will say about that being an ugly car. My grandpa had a metallic P Pinto in the 80s. It was pretty damn ugly. So,
Well, they're not exactly like it, but there was some late 80s, I think, station wagons, maybe not even late 80s, but 80s station wagons that had like this brown side paneling.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
an existing vehicle that they uglied up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had like an extra set of headlights on it.
They gave it 2 sets of headlights and shit. Like,
That was definitely souped up to that. Yeah.
Because
That's
in
so great.
Christmas, that's just a regular station wagon, right?
they dropped
or
the
is
car
that even-
gag. It's just in the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is still a station wagon in the third one. It might
Yeah,
even be
they're
they got
driving
their
like
blue one.
I think it's a tourist station wagon. It's like the first year or two that was available.
Well, do we have fun? Are we? We could talk about first
Fantastic.
vacation.
I don't.
Real quick, I just wanted to say I saw Christmas and European before I saw Vacation.
Oh,
And when I saw it as a kid, I always thought it was not as good, kind of boring. But every time I rewatch it, as an adult, I like it more and more. So it's a great
gets
movie.
better.
These are just chock full of one-liners and jokes you can do with your buddies.
Vacation.
Just little gags that you don't see the first time you watch it. Just
Well,
subtle
It's
things.
shit that I walk around and quote
Yeah.
often, still, and that's got to mean something.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Johnny Andy.
there's so many that we haven't even probably touched on. We'd have to watch the movie, and it's like, yeah, it's this.
As
or we could sit
quotable-
here and say them all night.
As quotable as this movie is, it gets more quotable.
Yeah.
Somehow, this series gets more quotable than this.
Well,
I mean, as much shit as Chevy Chase has gotten so far, he really does add a lot to that character. Like, it's just lots of little
That's
subtle
his-
things that he does. Like,
that is
he'll look at his
his
wrist
job.
and he won't even have a watch on, and just
Yeah.
things that you don't see the first time you watch it. Just little things like that.
But him being that kind of stupid
Mhm.
guy, like it's just his bread and butter.
Mhm.
Is
he's
to be not
stupid.
so-
He's kind of even an asshole. He's not an asshole in Clark, but even still, there's some asshole in Clark Griswold.
but he's not overly an asshole. He's not overly
He's
stupid.
warm enough. Yeah, that
Yeah.
warmth that he has too.
I
like,
mean, in the first
compensating.
movie, he does kill a dog and he tries to cheat on his wife. Like, he's not the.
Yeah, he's not a good dude. Like, but at the same time, like I feel like the Clark Griswold character is just like, as a husband and father, making the kind of the worst decisions in the moment that you can. It's like whatever is presented to him,
Right.
he's gonna make a bad decision with good intention. Normally,
Yeah. Like,
Remember when he's in the saloon trying to get a drink?
boom, he
Like,
falls over.
Hey, Tenderfoot! And just keeps calling him shit, and he's like elbowing her us. He's like, it's all part of the gag.
They love it.
So, Jay, just kind of building off what you had said just a few minutes ago, I'm watching the first Vacation movie, and they're at the swimming pool scene where Christy Brinkley's already in, and he's getting ready to jump in. He's still wearing his socks.
little details that you might
Hey.
not.
He strips everything else off. He jumps in wearing his socks. So
We get the beginning of forgetting that Audrey exists often.
He does that in most movies, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Audrey. Oh,
Oh, there you are.
Russ. Oh, there.
Yeah. Good talk, son.
We don't mind that the kids' ages keep changing. They
And
never
the
age.
different actors.
There's
Virtually
really
every movie.
nothing that ties these movies together, other than it's the same family. Nothing
Mhm.
really sticks. I don't think Clark's job is the same.
Yeah, it is.
Is
Until
he
the
always
fifth-
is
well,
he
like the-
always making? Because he
He's
only
either
talked
in
about his
food
job earlier.
additives or preservatives. I think that's bounced back and forth.
I can't wait to talk about his big invention.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss his ass.
Oh, we can go.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, I think that does carry over, which we'll get to, I guess. We can't forget John Candy. You're right. If we need to go back to this movie, because we could be, like I said, here all night talking about.
Also, all the Russes went on to be pretty big actors, you know?
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
had careers, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I mean, we know who they are aside from these movies, you know? Like, you can't say that with Audrey.
Well, the upcoming Russ, not
Well,
so much.
Juliette
Like, he
Lewis.
gets a big cult movie with Night of the Creeps, but
Right. Well, true. His sister's popular, I guess.
Yeah.
Robin and Blake.
So we were talking about, or somebody brought up, we were talking about Chicago and was it
Cliff
Booth?
Booth.
Yeah, I asked if most of John Hughes' films are set around Chicago. And with that,
John Hughes, did he do the first three?
No,
He just
I
did the
think
first
so.
he did
Well,
the first one. He got credited
First
for the second one.
but I'm not
Writing
getting
credit,
into the
right.
second one. Yeah, he writes 3 though.
He was working on another project, I think, when
Yeah.
they made
Well,
two.
we're getting ready to go into it, but the second one, European Vacation's noticeably different from the rest of the series.
Let's go ahead and
It is. Yeah,
get
absolutely.
there. I never go to Europe, but I have been to Chicago. So that's up in the Sears Tower, now the Willis Tower. And they do start out there. That's where the Griswold's home is. And we're National Lampoon's European Vacation. And I love this artwork poster too.
It is nice. I will say the artwork drops off after this, but still good.
It's comparable. These two, I love how these two are comparable to each other.
I wish they would have kind of kept that theme
Yeah,
running through.
It's Jess's shirt, I think, is the artwork for the next movie.
it is, which we'll get into as well. But which carries on to the movie after that, which kind of those pair as far as the posters go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say, it's still solid and funny. For a long time, this one got a bad rap as especially after Christmas Vacation came out, as the weak vacation movie.
I do still think it is the weak one. I don't. If it's not the weak one, I would ask you.
Next to
What?
Christmas, this is my favorite.
Yeah. Well, after Christmas and the first one, I'd say this one would be. We'll rank them
Yeah.
later,
Well,
like Dan said.
We'll get there.
But it's in the middle at least.
This one misses the biggest element, I think, of if the vacation movies were an Oreo, this one's missing the cream filling, which is Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie is arguably just as important to Vacation as Clark is, because he's the anti-Clark.
Yeah, I see where you're coming. He's definitely a welcome delight in every vacation movie
He's
he's
an
in.
obstacle to overcome.
But
every movie
as Christmas Vacation 2 shows you,
that does not mean
Eddie
that he needs his own movie.
Yeah.
That's not what I said here. He
But you
needs
can
to
lick
exist.
just the Oreo cream. You can't just lick Christmas Vacation 2 and enjoy it.
Well, I think that goes along with the fact that Cousin Eddie's pretty much great when he's playing off of Clark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to have each other. It's not that he's just
Yeah.
great himself. It's that Clark hates him, and everybody has the
Yeah.
person that they are forced to interact with in this kind of situation that they cannot stand. And the level of disdain that Clark has, but he has to be civil because he's family. That's great, and we don't get that at all in this movie, and it's severely lacking.
Well, I mean, they would have had to come up with some reason for him to be in Europe.
Any slew of military or VA reasons.
Smuggling cocaine.
Like,
again, though, they didn't really have even franchises at this point, though, right? Sequels were just really picking up more and more.
well, I mean, you
this
wouldn't.
time.
It's not weird that he's not in it when there's 2 movies. It's
Yeah.
only weird when he's missing from pretty much the rest of the series.
Right.
I love the back, like you said, little things, the back and forth with the flight attendant. I'll have a Coke. It's like, do you want it in the can? No, I'll have it right here.
No.
Just little things like that. And not everybody's going to hit a home run with a line like that, but Chevy Chase just had that comedic timing.
I hate that the fucking game show they're on. Hate it.
Oh, John Astin,
I
though.
love
John
it.
Astin
Yeah,
is great.
John Astin.
I hate
Big in
that
a
fucking
pose.
show.
He's still alive, if you can believe it.
And doing the new Killer Tomatoes movie.
Wow.
That is a hot take, Ghost.
That's
I'm
that's
glad
a
you love
shit take. Is what that
I'm
is.
glad you
Joe.
love European
No.
Vacation, but
No, I get it, Ghost, because if I didn't watch Christmas every year at Christmas time, I might agree with you, but it's like a
Christmas Vacation is one of the most quotable films that's ever been made.
absolutely.
And
And
European,
Jay, I think, said it.
give me some European Vacation quotes.
well, what Dan just did, he was starting to. I think
No,
they're
but this
filmed
should
through this
be-
movie quite a
The
bit.
rest of these movies, you could do this for days.
Oh, the
Well,
next
yeah.
2. This one
Even
and the next
European, though.
We're
I
looking
just-
for sex is a big one.
Yes, I used to love that when I was little.
This movie is just one that, like, if someone says let's watch a vacation movie, this is probably the last on my list to pick, and I don't know why that is, and I probably need to revisit it again at some point now that I'm older.
I always
But,
try. I've revisited it a couple times though, man, and it just doesn't scratch the vacation itch.
I
All
love
right,
it.
Corey, please
I love
do
it.
revisit it. If
I
you
will.
enjoy, you know.
It's
It's not a terrible movie. There is a slew of other movies out there that are much
You
worse
know,
than this.
it's the first pair of tits I ever saw, so maybe I've got nostalgia love for it.
That's what we were talking about earlier that we had to get to.
Great set too, man. Those
Oh,
are-
Beverly D'Angelo's got God tier.
No,
No,
not
he's
just
talking
her.
about the German.
Oh, okay.
You got the French dancers too. This is a PG-13 movie with about 7 pairs of titties.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
And honestly, it wasn't my first, but it was definitely in the early days of my
was-
viewing as well.
This shit's a little bit too fucking kumbaya for a rumble, or is it just me?
Well, like you said, was it you? who
I
said
think
it
it's
at
a
the
piece
beginning?
of shit.
Thank you, Corey.
Was it you? Which one of you guys said that at the beginning? That we're gonna mostly agree that. Most
Corey
of
and
this
Jonathan both
franchise is
said.
good.
I mean, Corey and Jonathan both said it's their least favorite out of the bunch.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I'm gonna, for the sake of this show, one of y'all fuckers rattle off some quotable lines for this.
Give me some quotes for fucking
Give
Vegas.
you 2.
Vegas Vacation.
There's some great ones there too.
There's some great ones in Vegas Vacation. Go on, sugar, get up on that pole, show them what I touch you. You know.
There
Yeah,
are quotes.
Mama's
I just
love
haven't
for the
seen this
daddy
movie
sent
enough
the
to be able to.
No,
do
I'm
it.
gonna.
What about your wife
Where can I
has
get some
wonderful
damn
big tits in this one? That one.
I love the gag with them, like the dude just running off with their fucking camera.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
my brother had some. I think he got it at a convention. The Wet Hot Wife, the porn poster with Beverly D'Angelo. He had that in his. I think he still has it.
There's plenty of wonderful gags and quotable lines, and I'm just
That
Yeah,
that
right.
camera
I'm giving
would
you
have
3.
probably been like $10,000 at that time too, right? I mean, it would have been a very expensive camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cameras were not cheap.
In
No.
what, 87,
I mean, I'm chasing you barefoot for
85?
No, it's
85.
earlier than that.
First
This
one was
movie's
83, right?
First one's
This was
83,
84,
Euros 85.
There you go.
And then 89 for
89
Christmas.
for Christmas.
And then 2000, I mean, 98,
1997.
97.
96, 97, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good lines in European Vacation. I
Yes.
prefer Vacation, but I do.
Oh
like-
yeah, the first one is definitely greater than this one.
It's it's different. It's like you guys said, they didn't realize they were doing a franchise, so it is quite.
I will
different.
say, Ghost, thank you. You actually filled the assignment. You gave me quotes.
Well, it's hard. I'm trying to.
Got like 5 or 6
It
quotes.
shouldn't be hard though, is what I'm getting at. I'm making a case for why Vegas.
Boy,
Did you
Oink,
watch
my
the
good
movie
man.
for
Oink,
the
oink, my
show?
good man, when they're in the titty place, and he's like, "That's culture, honey. There's all sorts of like."
I really did.
Recipes
Jen.
with
I watched
They're
it
in there. I
yesterday.
just can't think of them.
I watched it yesterday and I just could not lock in.
I
on it.
dropped that one, Cliff.
Hagrid from Harry Potter
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane.
in the bathroom scene.
When they're both like about to fuck somebody else and didn't realize like
Well,
she's in the
Clark's that
bathtub.
lady's locking legs with him in the bed. He's like, "Oh,
Hey, when'd you stop shaving your legs?
Yeah,
I
Can
have
can I have my
herpes.
my shirt or my leg back?" No. And then of course, Big Ben. Oh, one of the greatest lines that my whole family has repeated since the '80s in the car. Big Ben, Parliament. Whenever my dad would get lost, or
Let me ask you guys this: European vacation or Euro trip?
European
Euro trip.
vacation.
Euro trip.
Euro trip.
Vacation.
Just
Kory,
come
then.
on and give it. I like Euro trip, okay, but nah.
Euro
I like
trip.
Trachtenberg in that movie. That's about all.
Oh my god, that she's never hotter in her life than she is.
Is a hell of a dumper.
Euro trip.
No, that movie's pretty fucking hilarious. Though the dildo that just like breaks apart into 4 dildos.
That's a great story, Ghost. He saw Euro in the theater with his dad, who was a minister.
Ooh.
But he loved it though. So that's
And Eric Idle.
Eric, the scene, the whole crash in the comic rule through the crash in the bikes and
He
the car,
he wrecks
and
his
then
car
Eric
like
Idle.
3 times in 5
Yeah.
minutes, and everybody's so nice. They're like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
take my bumper with you back to America."
It's a souvenir.
I've had it a long time.
His blade goes to point. I think you can find it over there, and it squirts out.
A little bit of Monty Python action
Yeah.
there.
There's also dog humor where the dog, although at least they didn't kill the dog in this one, they softened a little bit. It just jumps into the water.
Look, kids, forget it. Big Ben. Nah, it's just a flesh wound. And Rusty's European tour, I love the dream sequences. And Clark, he's
Yes.
actually at the Sound of Music hills. The hills are alive with the sound of
Princess
green.
dies trying to fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, Clark, please.
Well, that was Beverly D'Angelo's was like Di was trying to dance with Clark, and he's like, "Oh no, the prettiest woman."
There's only one woman for me, Di.
Oh, and
Hey,
another
Chuck.
quote.
Yeah, he comes in and Prince Charles, hey, Chuck, how you doing?
I think he's gonna pork her, Dad. Like, come on, there's a lot of quotes in European Vacation.
I love the game show too. Like, I think it's a great element.
The game show, and all the way down to Jay and I's favorite scene in Germany when before that even starts, what Clark's doing the whole dance.
Yeah.
He ends up getting in a fight with those German dudes. The bells are going off. They're going to hang someone. Dad! They haven't gone off in years.
And the whole thing with the daughter, like trying to lose weight the whole time, which is really bizarre because that woman died of diabetes.
Yeah.
96. She was a prolific voice actress. She did a
I
lot.
saw that.
Yeah.
The real Audrey too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, Jetsons movie, like
Max
all sorts of
Goof.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm thinking Goof
Yeah.
Troop. Yeah.
She was
Type 1 diabetes.
yeah, she was in her 20s. She just had that stunted growth, so yeah.
Those dream sequences where she was shoveling all that shit in her mouth, they had to be real careful that she didn't actually swallow any of it.
Wow, Cliff.
Oh,
Dude, there you go.
Dude,
There you go, Cliff. It was
that
right
was
there.
well played, though.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was right there.
Oh,
We all missed it though.
We did. He reached up there and grabbed it.
well played, Cliff. Well played.
It really sucks, man, because if it was like 20 years later, she probably would have like had a full life. just because all the advancements they've made and
Yeah.
like diabetes. People live with diabetes full lives now. You know, when they used to
Yeah, like it's like really
lose both their legs and die at 60. You know.
Yeah, that was like really a speed bump. It's like, oh, you have diabetes like the rest of us now.
Yeah, exactly. The checkbook out for the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah. I think we've
I
established that
Where I'm at
European
in the
is
Cliff
just
booth is
quotable.
just Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Brad
Okay.
Pitt's online moniker, and he just really enjoys our stuff.
I'd say yes, but I mean, if you were like, well, no, he doesn't have Angelina anymore. I was gonna say if
No,
you're paying Angelina,
he was on the set of F1 in between takes.
Yeah, Brad, I really want to see F1. It looks great.
Our Cliff booth is
Big
much
fan,
cooler
big fan,
than
Brad.
Brad Pitt.
Just in between takes, he's watching us, going, "I can't get enough of these guys."
These guys are They're really, really nice.
Yeah. If I ever told them I was Brad Pitt, they just wouldn't accept me. I feel like
He's
Too
volunteering
nice.
to do the next Jim Haggerty movie for free.
Brad Pitt shows up at full moon with like a bad costume on, just trying to look like he's not Brad Pitt.
He's got some of the nose mustaches like Jay had this one.
When,
Hey
when
guys,
he goes
it's
out,
me,
he wears like a
Cliff
huge
Booth.
bucket hat and sunglasses.
Yeah.
And
Can you imagine Brad Pitt's going up
Yeah.
to get Dave Sheridan's autograph?
This is my Eugene Levy disguise.
Oh,
If I got that famous, that would be the funniest thing. I just show up at random fucking places.
Can't wait to take Brad Pitt to McKay's.
Hey, you never know. Maybe
Hey, Brad,
maybe he has
Brad,
done
you're
some
in-
of that
you're in
stuff,
this
and we
one.
won't know until.
This is one of your movies right here, Brad.
Fight Club, Brad, what do you think?
Brad,
It's on Blu-ray, Brad.
You remember Fight Club? You remember it? It's
Don't
good.
talk about it, right, Brad? Yeah.
It's good.
7 years in Tibet. There was
This was a piece of shit, right, Brad?
Giant tits.
Remember your accent in Snatch, Brad? Remember Pikey? Yeah.
12 Monkeys, Brad.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember when you were on Tales from the Crypt, Brad? Yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome.
He was so cool.
He did
We're just doing
cool.
that Chris Farley SNL bit. Do you
Sadly, that's probably what I would do.
me? That's what I think of every time I talk to somebody like that. I'm like, I sound like that. You remember the Beatles?
That's what it would turn into. You'd try so hard not to do it. Be like,
I-
that fucking fury.
That's why I clam
Movie
up
Brad.
around celebrities. Like I just don't want to be like you're in. I like. Do you remember?
I like
remember
movie.
Yeah, because that's all I want to do. Like if there was no filter, I'd just be like, I remember.
We've all got to go to the AVNs because that's a totally different thing. Making conversation with the porn stars.
That sounds like the saddest place on earth.
It really does. I'm not going to the.
It is the happiest place on earth.
Dan, we just interact a couple
I mean,
different
just
ways.
these dudes just coming in their pants everywhere. I mean, it just
With women who do not care
it smells like
anything
bleach.
about you.
It's titty Disneyland.
We have so much in common, but there's these couple of things that are
There
just
is. We all do these things. We all watch porn, but Dan watches it way different.
You get Hep C, like that's one of your. They give it to you when you walk in.
Dan gets Hep C from
Hep
watching
C is in your
porn.
fucking to-go bag.
You do get like a lot of
watches
like
so much
random
porn.
pills.
He gets an STD from
Congratulations, you get chlamydia.
it.
Some dicey porn if they give
Hey,
you the
at least
vibe.
it's something an antibiotic can clear up.
They hand those out too.
But yeah, no, AVNs does not seem like a fun trip for me.
Well, you're married. You would have some issues.
I mean, if
with
I
No,
could
no,
pull it
no.
off,
Even
I would
without
like-
being married,
yeah.
does not seem like a fun trip.
you would have fun.
Guys, we
I
could
have
all go
very
meet Miss
different-
Jack, and if it's this group, we'd have a good time.
Yeah, but I just have fun hanging out with you guys and going, boobs. But like if it's just I just don't
Yeah.
think I have fun. Like
Lily Carter played with my nipples. Like, come on. Where else is that? That's not going to happen at fucking.
it just feels different. It's like, you
Florida.
just gotta remember the strippers don't like you.
Of course not. They don't. But still.
Strippers
fake
don't
it
like
well
you.
enough.
You gotta
I don't
remember-
know. Cinnamon.
They
she's
get
Cinnamon
you-
likes me, dude.
sometimes-
She really
sometimes-
likes me.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
why not?
Sometimes they'll be getting you, be in your head. Be like, oh god damn, no, god damn it, it's working. It's working. She done fucking fucked you up, brought titties in the room. You have no fucking thoughts or fucking anything. It's all out the window. Everything you planned for is gone.
It's kind of funny because they all have like their little story. Like one, it's like always like, I just got to make $50 more tonight to buy my kid his medicine, and it's like,
I never
you
got
said that to
that.
me last week.
Mine would be
Saving
like,
up for nursing school.
yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to school to get my CNA, or like they had been a CNA and started doing this. So it's just a circle with CNAs.
Yeah, if they told me they was going to school to be a CNA, I'd say, why? Better cash in on this shit as long as you can.
Yeah, before you have to work. One of those strippers I used to go see at the Pony fucking lost her marbles a year or two ago and fucking drove her car off a bridge with her kid in it. Like it was a bad deal. Yeah, kid's
Damn.
okay. She didn't make it. Yeah, she
Well.
lost her shit. Possibly like some of like Mount Rushmore titties. Very, very sad. We lost them.
Phantom Fap in her memory.
I won't do that. I won't do that. It's a hard rule. They got to be alive, or I can't have knowledge of them being dead.
Hold on.
Has that
check.
ever been
Okay,
done?
she's
Same
alive.
here,
Okay.
Jonathan. I agree because that's happened in the past. And
If
once
I don't
found
know
out,
they're
I'm like,
dead at the time,
I can't.
oh well, yeah. But if I know, I can't. It's over.
That's
You
a
got
good
to pour one out
ghost
for your
story.
homies, dude.
You crank one out to like somebody that died, and then they haunt you. Like I feel like that's not been done.
I'll be honest. I don't even like porn where they're too good looking because it's like, come on, she'd never fuck me. Jesus, it's got to be believable here,
Just gotta
folks.
believe.
You like fugly.
Oh,
porn.
I don't want believable.
Not ugly. I like
Even in Jonathan's fantasy,
regular
it's
chicks,
real.
dude. There is a
Yeah.
there is a plethora of women's body types out there.
Like the girls you would find on Private Society kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
normal.
I totally get where Jonathan's coming.
I get it. I do.
I was going with believable. I'd be looking at like cafeteria women or cafeteria workers. Fucking
No, what you got to
lunch
They
break.
remember.
make that
like,
too.
How many times a day do you see like a chick? You be like, I'd totally bang her because that's what you're doing as a male walking. Like, oh, I'd totally. Fuck
Of
her.
course.
And like her husband's like way dumpier than you, and you're like, what?
No,
Like, hang on a
no,
second.
honey, she was ugly.
Yeah.
What
are you talking about?
First movie.
I didn't. I didn't.
Do you like her?
Or you got to do this one. You're gonna have
Her?
to
Oh no,
hang on.
she was ugly.
You're gonna have to point her out for me because I didn't even see her.
Clark and the chick in the pool.
Yeah.
Is that your brother?
So lunch lady porn for you, Jay. It's just like kind of you like pull up and like the Bertha
Pulls
is
out.
just like, I got the
Like,
you got that extra big sausage for
Can
me.
I get
Jay?"
another rectangle pizza, please?
Hang on, man. If bitch is making rectangle pizzas, that's a couple points by itself. Like you're already getting a little chubbed up with just the pizza talk,
Could you
Okay.
hand me these and say these are due back Thursday?
Thursday.
I'll take some extra mashed potatoes. I mean mashed potatoes. I'm gonna look for lunch lady porn after.
What are we? Yes,
This is a show about vacation.
European vacation. Who hasn't talked what they want to talk? I know I'm gonna forget things out of these wonderful movies.
Well, we've established that it's quotable, right? I mean, I think
Yes.
we've gotten like a dozen quotes from this movie at this point.
Yes.
So I think it's really good. Not as good as Vacation, but I do think it's very good.
It's
Yes.
okay.
Oh,
Like
I think that's a great summary. It's okay.
it's just okay.
I mean, you get to see a bunch of cool shit in Europe too. I mean,
Yeah.
It's okay. The setting is not objectable. The Griswolds in Europe that sounds like a good time.
but that's why it feels
Didn't
different
they
than the
change the
first movie.
spelling of the Griswolds in this one?
This is the only one. Yeah,
Hey.
Griswold's a spell with an A. Yep. Normally with an O.
See, so there's a bunch of stuff that just sticks out about European.
That's
but
probably
I think
somebody
it
just
gave us-
fucked up on set.
His middle name, which I think is
Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move to the best one.
No, it's good. All right. Any objections? We'll move on. If you go back, refer to this movie. That's cool too.
Where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Oh, I'm dreaming of white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. Them days, but your days, you're merry and bright.
Is that Brandon Lee?
No, that's my son.
Oh,
And me.
Yes, that's my son and Jess singing karaoke.
Jess, you look like you had a couple of adult beverages before.
He
this.
did. He did.
I fucking love Tore Down Jess. It's my favorite thing. I will see it again in person someday.
Yes.
And
Maybe one day we'll bring back up the bar.
Next time we'll do it somewhere where you could smoke that fucking cigarette.
Yeah, I'm never gonna live that down.
It was so funny because you were fucking just melted.
Hindsight, it's hilarious. I was pretty freaked out at the time
You were
because I don't
struggling
want
to
cops
get
up in
this
this
thing in
room.
your mouth, and we all watch it happen. You went all fucking Gilbert Grape.
You mean Arnie?
I know his name's Arnie, but the Gilbert Grape.
It works better. It's flowed better.
You see,
We'll keep that take.
Never go full retard.
Never go.
you don't.
I did.
Justin, you got it lit too. Oh, man. There's so much more marijuana. involved
You
these
would have
days.
just kept smoking that thing if nobody said anything to you.
No, I might have realized. I don't know. I was reaching in my pocket for the vape, and I pulled out just by habit my packs, and we were all just having a good time, and and I just pulled out and lit the cigarette. Jason, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've seen videos of people doing that on airplanes, like on accident. Like they'll take a bunch
Yeah,
of
your ass
Xanax
gets
or whatever.
arrested when you fucking land too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're just not thinking. You're on drugs and alcohol just to get through the flight or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
but
gonna
you
help
hope
your
you're
case,
fucking-
Jay. I was
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it
I always-
might
What kind
impair
of
your
drugs?
judgment.
I
all
always
fucked up.
vape on a plane, but I know I'm fucking rolling the dice, dude. I'll go to the bathroom, and I realized like early on that like when you either when you flush or when you just turn on the sink, it starts suction. So if you turn the sink on and blow everything into the sink, it'll suck it down through there.
Well, I don't know why people give a shit about vape, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what that became a big
Well, I mean, if I'm not doing, I don't want to do it I don't think there should be a problem me doing it in the bathroom, but I could see there being a problem, like, you know, a bunch of people around you that don't vape. They don't know what- you know, I get that.
Yeah, but I mean, no, it's water vapor.
Yeah. I'm good
Yeah.
with doing it in the bathroom.
Jess, Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah. Dun, this one I saw in the theaters with my mom and dad. So what was that? You say 89? So I'd have been like 8. And of course, we all loved it. It stuck with me. We were already vacation fans though, with European, rented the VHS, watching the whole family the first movie. And this one, yeah, it surpassed European easily. And is a yearly tradition, as you guys mentioned earlier, Jay mentioned earlier. So that kind of put it up there. And there's times where I almost feel like it's equal in a lot of ways with the first vacation. But if I end up having to rank it, we'll get there. But it's a tough one. It makes it tough to decide what's number one this week.
Can you imagine your parents and your in-laws both coming over for the holiday? That right there is a goddamn nightmare.
Oh yeah, you feel
Either
that.
one is terrible, but
Oh, dude, just
Together?
my fucking in-laws coming over, dude, fucking and staying for like 2 weeks. That would drive me up a wall. But this became a fucking staple for like Gen X millennials. Like this was what the boomers and like the silent generation had with A Christmas Story. Like it was a you know, It's our Christmas movie. I feel like this is
Yeah.
now the one because
This is our like Miracle on 34th Street. Or
it
something.
is, and then like our kids will have something come along that'll sneak in eventually. But right now, I think this is the Christmas movie.
I feel like younger kids now, Elf is kind of like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I think that's a worthy thing. Like, I don't think that's bad.
not a bad movie. I watch that one every year too.
So I really wanted to try and jump in before everybody started blowing smoke up this movie's ass, but I was a little late. This is, in my opinion, out of all traditional Christmas movies, maybe the 5th best one. This movie is nowhere near as good as the first Vacation movie. Fuck this movie.
As usual, folks,
Wow.
Kory comes in with out of left field, fucking talking nonsense. Did you lick a fucking toad before you came on?
It's
here?
a Wonderful
What the
Life.
fuck is wrong with
Better
you?
than this movie. Miracle on
I heard you
34th
say
Street.
words.
We're not
Better
talking
than this
all
movie.
the other Christmas movies. We're talking vacation movies.
We're
And if
not
you wanna,
going
by
to
the way,
take
this
that
is a
talk
Christmas
from
movie.
the pussy
And time
killer.
out. Time out.
God
You
damn it.
obviously didn't
Home
fucking listen to what I
1
said.
and
You
2
didn't fucking listen to
better
what I
than this
said.
movie.
You didn't listen to what I said. I said, and there's no arguing this. You don't get to argue this part. This is the 2 biggest generations in the country today. It's their movie. That's all I said. It's my personal favorite. But this is the Christmas movie for people of this age, and that's not debatable.
It is debatable because Home Alone
That
comes
is
out a
not
year later.
debatable. That is not
I'm
debatable.
out of here.
Yes, it is.
The
That might
amount,
be
the
that might be
amount.
debatable, but the other words he is saying is ridiculous. It was possibly debated in our Christmas episode of the Rumble. Check that out here on Cable Channel 11.
When do
'Cause
you,
this
do
movie
you
did
watch
make
this
it
movie in July?
Actually, Kory, I do sometimes because I'll get in the vacation kick, and I'll be like, and sometimes I'll save it and go, no, I'll be watching that at Christmas, but watch all the rest. But
My point is, though, is that it's not a normal movie that you would watch outside of Christmas, correct?
I'll
I just
play
said
devil's
I did.
advocate to that. though,
Are
and
we
say,
talking about fucking Christmas movies?
Do you watch
Exactly.
Is this or is this not a Christmas movie?
It
It
is.
is a
Okay.
Christmas movie.
I think there's the
What point are you
comedy,
trying to
though.
make?
Christmas is in the title?
So is Vacation, but they don't go anywhere.
The squirrel gag.
What is it
that's
called
just
when you
funny,
get out of
period.
school for 2 fucking weeks? What do they call that?
Christmas
They
vacation.
call it Christmas
Winter break.
vacation.
No,
They don't call
no.
it
Now
winter
he's
break,
playing
right?
devil's advocate
You're
here.
no,
with
no,
this,
time out.
dude.
You're deep in the fucking woods and you are grasping out there.
You don't
Well, the
admit
argument to
killing a
me-
cat, and then
the
there's
argument to me with
yell
the
out.
do you watch it any time other than Christmas is the fact that there aren't a lot of movies I watch more than maybe once a year anyway. So
Sure.
it doesn't really matter what time, what
There-
month you watch, whatever.
really
There aren't
should
many I watch
be-
that often at all.
We should be
either.
watching new things.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, here's the Rumble. You got it.
Yeah, Kory.
I think
So are
we're-
you saying? Well, you got to rank it later, but you're saying this is on the lower end of your vacations.
Of the Vacation movies, is probably in the middle.
Okay. Well, that's kind of weak, but and you're
It's
probably
the
wrong.
most quotable.
Now
You've said that about the last 2 fucking movies.
No,
Oh,
he
I
said the
didn't.
last one wasn't.
I said the one before this was not quotable at
No,
all.
I'm sorry. Dan
And
said the
I
last
said
one
the
was very
first one-
quotable.
European
the first one, I made a
Vacation
point
has
of how
got
much more quotable it became in 3.
We gave you more quotes from European Vacation than even Vacation, and I mean,
Yeah,
it's
because I
very
made a
cool.
point of it and you had to think.
I didn't have to think. I got my notes here.
No, it took like me asking like 4 times to get that many out of y'all. And fucking Ghost did all the work.
Whoa, Andrew. He's saying he rewatched all the movies a few months ago, and only the first one is good. I give
Wow.
European Vacation a slight nod for German boobs. Well, you have some sense to you, but you're wrong. The rest of them are definitely solid movies. You can have your favorites, but I don't think there's a bad theatrical vacation movie. I'm going to say that right now.
I agree.
But thanks for dropping by.
Oh no, there is. Never mind. There is, but we'll get to it.
And Christmas Daily Ghost almost agrees with Kory. Wow.
I don't think he's saying that.
Thank you,
Christmas
No, it's very
Vacation is
different.
family friendly for the most part. It's a different kind
yeah.
of comedy, but it's a great comedy for what it is.
Makaliki Maka is
It's a
a thing.
thing.
Yeah.
She throws the the department
Shitting
store
bricks.
scene.
Yes, that may be my favorite
Can't see the
scene.
line, can you, Russ?
No, I can't, Dad.
The squirrel scene. I mean, come on, that's fucking hilarious.
You couldn't hear a
Oh,
dump truck drive through a nitroglycerin plant.
Oh
What was
my
that
gosh.
gentleman's name?
The whole scene
William
at the
Hickey.
table when they're eating.
Oh
like,
my God, William Hickey.
Yeah.
He's just nosing through
Andre
the
Toulon,
trash.
you mean.
The
It's not-
blessing.
The blessing.
Oh, my son. We asked, he wanted to, or we were at the dinner table. This is a few years ago now, so he's quite a bit younger. And he starts reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. He's never seen this movie. So I had to stand up to the cousin Eddie.
And
Oh,
she
the
was Betty
whole
Boop.
family just lost it.
Betty Boop, yeah.
She was Betty Boop. And then once
Yeah.
you know that, that's all I hear
It's
when
Betty
Aunt
Boop.
Bethany talks is this little Betty Boop.
Grace, she
That
died
movie-
40 years ago.
That movie, you want to talk about subtlety. It was
This-
years of us watching that movie and like going, oh, look at that, and pausing and being like, oh, that's hilarious. I never noticed that before. Like Aunt Bethany wraps everything in like happy birthday,
Yeah.
wrapping paper.
It's,
Eddie putting destroying the fucking light bulbs when they're at the store with
Yeah.
the dog food.
Yeah.
so
Oh my
much.
God.
little
Yeah,
stuff.
I think I still miss that and seen it 100 times.
When,
Yeah, when
gonna look
Clark
for that
sets a
next.
thing with fucking sets a thing like the only thing he puts in the cart is like one
Oh my
package of
God.
light bulbs, and Eddie just fucking destroys.
That's great.
6 bags of dog food.
That is
Yeah.
great.
They killed a cat, Kory. I mean, come on, you're obligated to like.
Fried pussycat.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't trying to kill the cat.
It was an accidental killing. But
I think
You
I
don't
can
mind me
fumigate this
asking
here,
you,
model.
Clark,
We just
how
gained
much
some
this sets you
viewership.
back? I'd like to try to fumigate it. It's a quality item.
The whole
I like
stuff.
when Aunt Bethany's about to go in the other room to see everybody. She's like, I should say it. Hello, everybody. It's little shit like that. I quote the hell out of this movie. I quote this probably more than any other movie I've ever seen.
The fucking turkey.
Oh man, why you crying?
Yeah. Why you crying? The cat food and the Jello.
Yeah,
Yeah, Clark. There's an RV.
Where'd you get the tenement on wheels or something?
That's another thing. It took me forever until there were like better editions of this for home video to notice that under that white V-neck sweater that Eddie's wearing, he's wearing a black dickie.
Yeah. I love it too. He's like talking about his son going. Clark goes, college, and he goes, carnival.
Yeah, he's barking for the yak lady.
yeah, shitter's full.
Shitter's full. Everybody
That's-
yelled that out.
Yeah.
That's what he signed when he signs for that movie. He writes shitter's full and everything.
Andrew is starting some shit.
He is.
Here.
Andrew's talking out of his ass.
He says cousin Eddie is a great barometer. Did I say that right? For my point, his character is really funny in the first film. It's old and cringe in the rest of the films.
I disagree with that.
I disagree.
I totally disagree with it. Come on now. Come on.
You get the most cousin Eddie in this movie than the other movies.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's in a lot of vacation.
I was going to say Vegas.
A Vegas vacation. Yeah, sorry.
we'll get to that.
But no, I think we've said it. It's classic. Tons of repeatable lines.
When he
Classically
kidnaps
overrated.
the boss.
I'm gonna stand my. I loved every one of these movies so far, even European that some of you were shit on. Those of you, if you like comedy, if you like funny out there, for some reason you haven't seen these, watch them. Every one of them.
Yeah. If you haven't seen these movies, come on.
Come on.
Get off of YouTube.
And watch them again if it's been a while.
Yuba tuba.
It's they're fucking funny. And if you can't figure that out, I don't know if you have a sense of humor. And I'm usually pretty good about,
No, the people that'll say this,
Subjective.
the people that will say this shit isn't funny are like big Wes Anderson fans.
Which I can appreciate some of that humor too.
I
but come on.
fucking don't. I don't appreciate humor that's like it's not funny. That's why it's funny.
Jonathan the typewriter has no ink in it.
Yeah, I don't. That's not funny. It's just fucking not.
Well, Dan and I thought it was funny.
Hold on, let me take my monocle off.
Oh, you must be the Monopoly guy.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Thanks for the free parking.
Todd,
I
that
like
is-
a lot of Wes Anderson stuff. I like Wes Anderson.
I like some of his stuff. Todd, though, Jesus, that is like his kryptonite. He fucking hates Wes Anderson.
I think it's so fucking stupid.
He hates everything he's ever done. He doesn't even have one where he's like, that's kind of good. I don't even think he likes Rushmore, which a lot of
Tenenbaums?
people-
He doesn't like Tenenbaums at all?
Todd fucking
Wow.
hates it all. I think he gave up like 2 movies ago. He got so angry. He was just like, I'm just done.
Bottle Rocket's pretty badass too.
Bottle Rocket's good.
Yeah, it's going to the beginning. But yeah,
I mean, Rushmore is great.
I don't think he likes anything. He might, Bottle Rocket might be the one he thinks is it fine, but yeah.
I like some of his newer stuff too. Budapest Hotel, Moonrise Kingdom.
I like Moonrise Kingdom.
Sounds like a Star Wars movie. Is that the title? Moonrise Kingdom?
Moonrise Kingdom, yeah.
I like that. Was it Asteroid City? That newer one? Is that what it's called?
Okay, that's the one that finally broke Todd. He was just like, never again.
No, I like that one. So.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm not gonna call him better than Superbad because Superbad is like my generational comedy. So it has a different like set, but that's also like a different, entirely different subset of comedy.
Yeah.
That's super heavy raunchy comedy that I loved and still love, but it was just a part.
Yeah, Superbad's funny, super funny, and rewatchable. But it's
one of my favorite comedies.
Yeah, Superbad's fantastic.
But I don't think I would compare it to Vacation.
Nah.
Yeah, those are different.
Yeah.
Or you can say you got 2 fucking great comedies there. So go.
Yep.
Well, technically, you've got like 5 or 6 great comedies there if you add that to.
But there was
Your
like
Vacation.
Superbad was like the mountaintop of that like ultra raunchy comedy that got really popular after 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
I mean, the last bastion of comedy, really. I mean,
I all kind
really
of died
exist
after
anymore.
that,
Yeah.
like, honestly. The Judd Apatow wave
Yeah.
may have been the last one. I would not compare Jerry Seinfeld to Dave Chappelle. One is a hack and the other one's Dave Chappelle.
It depends if you're talking the series. A stand-up's not funny.
No,
Sorry.
I don't think
if we're talking
stand-up funny
stand-up
either.
comedy, they're 2 completely different things.
Yeah. The show's pretty funny.
They just don't. I guess there's not really a word for it, but he's a completely different kind of comedian.
Well,
I mean, to me,
straight.
the show's Larry David more than Jerry Seinfeld. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up is not funny. The show's okay. I like the show fine, but
I
it's
mean, I actually have no real super love or hate for Jerry Seinfeld. I have no pride. I think he can be funny. I'm not the biggest fan. So it's hard for me to say. But I wouldn't say he's necessarily bad or his show's bad, and I love Dave Chappelle.
I think sex comedies are kind of like the height for me. Like Bachelor Party, Private School. Like I still laugh my fucking ass off.
Hard Bodies.
Pretty much at Private Resort. Like
Private Resort's a good one.
Yeah.
Summer School. I love Summer
Spring
School.
Break.
Screwballs.
Yep, Screwballs, Loose Screws.
Yeah, we don't even get comedy anymore.
You can't really do. I mean, sex comedies now, they always try and make it women. And that's fine. I'm not saying women can't be funny, but they don't make sense in a sex comedy. Women can get laid. Like, believe me, that was not a problem for girls in like college. Like
I'm just trying to get some dick on this vacation. You think
Yeah,
it'll happen?
nobody ever says that.
the movie would be over in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like they could just go
Like,
into
oh,
it.
they all got fucked the first night. Okay. Movie
Yeah.
over, run the
It's
credits.
a short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They succeeded. And then just fucking credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, unfortunately now it's like, I think a lot of the writers, it's like the idea of a dude just trying to get his dick wet is just offensive to them, so they just don't write them anymore.
That's a fucking hilarious premise, though. Just start off.
Yeah, we could all relate.
This group of dudes needs to get laid. That hilarity ensues.
Exactly.
That being offensive is why young men are afraid to talk to women now.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Guys,
There's-
look up 2020's comedy movies, and I guarantee you the top 20, 30 that are listed there, you're not really going to find much. And if you do find one, I guarantee you comedy is actually the subgenre of whatever that movie is, and not the actual
We got some-
genre.
We could be that mistake. Righteous Gemstones is pretty funny, Cliff. I will give you that. I do laugh.
Yes.
my ass off at
Hey,
that.
Jess, do you think
Yeah.
you could write a Hallmark sex comedy?
I don't think they would buy that.
Well,
Yeah, DJ Tanner's not doing that shit, Corey.
she doesn't do Hallmark. She does
Did she
something.
sign an exclusivity agreement with somebody else?
Yeah.
I want to market a just, good, entertaining, but we don't have to get whacked out and take risks.
You can't do a Hallmark sex comedy because that's all about love. A sex comedy, I mean, you go full circle, the guy falls at the end, but it's about like getting your dick wet. Like that is the goal that you start.
Yeah, and at
even
the end,
so- even
he's all
something-
about getting his dick wet, and at the end of the movie, he falls in love with the chick he gets his dick wet with.
And we can't do a Christmas sex comedy either. I want to do a Christmas movie, maybe a wholesome one. I want to sell it's got to be marketable.
Like
Go Hallmark
Ben says, friendship. I was trying to think of the last comedy. I
Friendship
saw that I
was
liked.
good, but
Friendship was funny too.
I think
Oh.
I don't know. It was good.
It's a different subgenre, like awkward
Man,
humor.
It's, it's its own different thing, but it was very good.
No, I just again, the height for me is the sex comedy. It just
I think those are dead, Dan.
Yeah.
you'd have to do it outside the studio system probably, but I'd love to just do an old school one, like not worry about anything.
I'm right there with you, dude. If they ever bring back American Pie, that's going to be a good barometer. So like whatever they can get away with if they do that again, because that has to be ultra raunchy. Has to.
Problem is, guys in their 40s and 50s, like it's not really a sex comedy anymore. It doesn't make sense if they're the leads.
It could have been funny at one time, but now I think most of that it would be offensive these days.
I mean, it could be their kids.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
They've
They're
kind
kids.
of done that though. It's like all the Stifler relatives and the
I don't
they
really want to
kinda
see
wore
the
that out.
relatives.
You know
The-
what though?
The main
I
cast
don't
has to
hate
carry
those.
it if it's going to
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't hate the direct-to-video American Pie movie.
except
Oh,
Girls Trip or Girls.
Except
Rule.
that one doesn't count. Book of Love is really good.
Yeah, they're funny.
Good
movies.
movie.
Bug Hall, like
They're
that's
worth a
American
watch
Retirement now,
once,
I mean-
but I've never gone, I've got to go back and rewatch those.
Did you
American
watch
Hip
Book of Love?
Replacement.
I watched them all.
American Hip Replacement.
And
I just want
Ernestine's a Kidney.
Stifler.
We can't forget that one for your channel, Jay.
Stifler
Or
can't
it's a kidney.
change. Like I want like the movie to open with Stifler just the same fucking dude as he was in 1999.
Well, they already broke that in the last movie.
Kind of, but I still think it goes full circle and he's just the same guy. Like it doesn't matter what
He always is. They broke it in the wedding one, and they came back. He was Stifler again 10 years later still.
That's what
You
I'm
know, remember he'd been like bitchified for his job and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But he still turned around and acted like a prick around his friends, but they're prick.
some of the humor and
I rewatched Reunion. I liked Reunion. But
I
that's a
didn't-
whole nother show, too. The American
Yeah.
Pie movies.
yeah,
Christmas Vacation.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kory.
Are we ready to move on from Christmas Vacation yet?
No,
I
what do you
just
got?
wanted to say one thing. One thing I really love about this movie, and it's a little thing, is the relationship Clark has with his dad, and how his dad's so proud of him and tries to find the light in everything he's doing.
And how shitty his fucking in-laws are.
Yeah.
The little lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
But this movie is this movie is almost like a member of the family when it comes to Christmas time, and kind of feels not like Christmas without it. So,
I mean, Julia Louis-Dreyfus,
Amen.
and her
Johnny
boyfriend,
Galecki.
husband, whatever.
Yes.
I don't know, Margot.
Yes. Yes.
There is one thing that I
Why is
do
the
like
carpet
about
wet,
this movie, and that is that somebody brought him up earlier. William Hickey's in this, the original Puppet Master. So,
A blessing.
other than that, I don't care.
That's Andre Toulon.
Yeah,
How did I
Fuck
not
yeah.
put that together watching those? Oh my gosh. Total mind blower. Look at what the vacation movies have done for us. Jay, making us realize, oh, these guys are in this now. Yeah. You guys said it, Kory, you said it. It is like family each year. Again, just like the first vacation, this one reminds you of family at vacations, even if you don't have the exact same units. This shit with friends and relatives getting together, no matter how long or how much you love them, there's going to be tension. There's going to be great times, bad times. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, I got to figure out where I'm at now. Here we
Bend
go.
over and I'll show you.
In Las Vegas. That was pictures from the Founders Cup in Las Vegas, I think 2009 or 10. 2009, I think. Did it say it on the banner there? That was me, and my wife's on the team, and we were at the World Kickball Championship.
Yeah,
Playing in the World Kickball Championship.
it's awesome.
Anyway, which brings us to our movie.
This piece of shit.
No. And first off, I like how they imitated the Christmas movies poster, like the first two. Or kind of, I don't know what the word you'd say.
Hardy har.
Oh, we
I
forgot
don't
to
think I
talk
ever
about
put that together until you just said it.
Yeah, you got the.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I see it now. I just never.
Yeah.
Clark's a degenerate gambler.
Rusty's actually winning.
Yeah.
You mean
No,
Papa
no.
Giorgio?
Yeah.
Papa-
Georgia.
A boy on a town when he's in love.
That guy was good for his.
One of my favorite things in this movie is when Eddie takes him to that shitty casino where it's like pick a number and all that.
We'll bet again.
So he's like, he picks a number, he's like 3, and the guy goes 7, and Eddie goes, oh.
Which hand?
Good hand. I saw him taking. Clark just can't gamble at all. What's the Wallace Shawn? I knew I had his name in there.
Inconceivable.
The grand
Oh, a big bet for a big man.
But what can I do with $5? Buy a bullet and rent a gun?
How about you give me your money? I take you out back and kick you in the nuts.
We'll call it a day. Oh. Should we, Kory? Let's start this off, and then because Kory and I actually saw this together in theaters.
Ooh.
So was it 97?
yeah.
Did you guys make out?
No.
Kory, what do you mean? Are you ashamed?
Actually, I think this was.
did the popcorn
I think
trick.
we were.
Oh, my
I think
penis.
this is when we ran into a friend of ours, and she introduced us to another friend of hers.
No, we hadn't known. I think she went on a date with the foreign exchange student dude, Stefano.
This sounds like a sex comedy.
It really was.
There.
Stefano got some, I guarantee you.
He was. I wish European was the vacation movie playing, but yeah, you're right. Was it just you and I, or was Isaac with us?
No, it was just us two.
It was just us two. Vegas vacation. Yeah, we run into this friend from school, this girl, and with her date, who is one of the foreign exchange students. I remember Stefano. She was. I remember her crushing on him before she asked him out or something. But anyway, yeah. So and they were going to the movies, and they were like, we're going. Well, we didn't know what to see, and we were like, well, we're going to Vegas vacation. These vacation movies are hilarious. Of course, that's me promoting it up. What else do you remember from that night, Kory?
I remember that we sat there through the whole fucking movie. We barely laughed, and we both agreed that this movie sucked.
I can't lie.
Probably the best part of the whole thing was the fact that we had like 90 minutes or whatever of just hanging out. So
I can't lie that I did come out of this with Kory, and I didn't like it, and I was embarrassed because I recommended these two came out of it didn't. Of course, the foreigner didn't get the jokes, and
It was no
and she was like, "This was so boring," and I was like, "Yeah," and I was disappointed after the previous three movies we had. I think I had overhyped myself. And so I didn't. This movie has grown on me so much from this point, though, Kory.
What if you had Pauly Shore as Rusty?
I would have probably thought it was hilarious. Now, maybe it's a little late for Pauly Shore.
Like that was already getting fucking.
Yeah, I was maybe slightly late for Pauly Shore, but I was a Pauly Shore fan in his early movies and MTV days.
Biodome was fun.
But no, I finished this off. I grew a huge love for this movie and became a big defender of Vegas Vacation. The more I watch it, the more the quotable lines come into play. One of my favorites, we've named a lot of them off, is my cousin Eddie and Clark. Did your mother ever, or did anybody ever tell you were bad luck, Eddie? Those were my mother's dying words, Clark.
What is it? Course when you're what does he describe?
Yeah, of course, when you're covered in
you're covered in rattlesnake bites or something. It's something awful.
Rattlesnake bites and first degree burn.
Yeah, well, of course, when your body's covered in burns, you're gonna start saying some crazy stuff. This is the one where he's like, when he talks about when Catherine kicked on the microwave, he'd piss his pants and forget who he was for a half hour.
Yeah.
And that's why the government gave him all that land out there. They used to test atom bombs.
Aren't you worried about the radiation? Well, I don't know, Clark, but I do know my teeth have never been whiter, and my garden's spitting out 50-pound tomatoes. Yeah,
she's testing out fertility drugs. They got like 12 more kids than they had.
Pregnant again. Yeah. Cousin Vicky's back. Not a different actress now, but definitely.
Stripper, and Eddie's so proud.
She's that move.
Show my little move. I taught you pork chop. She got her daddy's sense of balance and her mama's good looks. Where are we going? He gets the babysitter out.
I can honestly say I did not rewatch this movie after Jess and I seen it in the theaters.
So did you rewatch it recently though for the show? Well, fuck you, Kory. You need to
not watch.
It's one to rewatch. It really is.
You were fired.
When I had to go to Mandalay Bay when I went to Vegas to see what still looked that way. Not much. There's no gold elevators anymore. They still had the volcano though.
Yeah. There's still a few things. Vegas changes so much.
Well, volcano's gone now. They shut. Not Mandalay Bay. That was the Mirage. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying.
The
Mirage.
It's been now. I want to say. I was going to say 10. It's probably been 15. I've been to Vegas 3 times, and those pics was the last time I was there.
They're knocking down this hotel now, and they're putting in the Hard Rock Hotel.
So they already destroyed the other Hard Rock. I think
No, there's a Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Planet Hollywood. I'm surprised still.
Is that the only one left?
Yeah, I think that's the only one. Maybe there might be one in Orlando.
Yeah, you're
These
right.
guys still own it?
I don't know. Didn't Stallone own a piece of that?
Yeah, a lot of
Stallone
quite a
and
few celebrities. Schwarzenegger, I
Schwarzenegger.
think. Mel Gibson, possibly. I mean, the Hard Rock was cool in its day. I got a shot glass back there. Hard Rock Cafe.
Everybody had to get a shirt from wherever
Yeah.
you went that had a Hard Rock.
Yeah, now, this one's from Chicago, from like when I was a kid.
Went to the Hard Rock in Berlin, Germany.
You got a shirt or a shot glass or something from there?
Don't have had a shirt at the time.
The Hard Rock.
The Hard Cock Cafe.
I was going to show these real quick. I went back and grabbed a couple. I couldn't find all four, but I always talk about loving those snapper case DVDs, and the vacation ones have the good artwork on them.
That's how I had them, dude.
It's a good
Vegas. So.
Yes.
If those weren't made out of cardboard, I would like them a lot more.
It's hard to find them in good shape. That's why I try to do when I can. But
They really tried for that to catch on for a little bit.
Yeah. They're not my favorite cases, but honestly, compared to some others,
at least most of those
they hold up pretty well.
They keep the original artwork, the poster art.
True.
Yeah, very true. Very cool. Kory, watch it again. You should have watched it for this. I think you would enjoy it. It's that if you haven't seen it in what was that now, 28 years since we watched that.
That's the only one I saw. I've seen it in the theater too.
My pen burst.
You saw that one in the theater, Kory? Did you say?
Yeah.
Smores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did too. There's a couple moments. Wallace Shawn's probably the highlight, but like, it's nowhere close.
Oh, big man.
Is this your least favorite so far?
Wayne Newton gag at all.
Yeah, I don't like this one. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, you get the Vegas staples, Wayne Newton, Siegfried and Roy, but like most of the gags just don't land in this.
Oh, I think the Wayne Newton shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wayne Newton? Do you
Be
need
a
a bodyguard? I'd die for you.
For you.
That's his hair.
His hair. Yes.
It's nowhere close to the first three. Like, it's a huge.
No, I still think it's good though.
Come back later. I'm making pasta.
Well, Kory, they
We're
were on
making
vacation
pasta.
in this one. So.
Yes, they were. The jokes didn't land, and at least not for me. And like I said,
The hottest.
Jess was sitting right next to me, and he barely laughed at the jokes.
I told you I came out. I was at first disappointed, but the more I watched it, I came to defend this movie when people were like, "Oh, that's a horrible vacation movie," and I'm like, "No, it's actually not. It's
the hottest Audrey of all the movies.
yeah."
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
Juliette Lewis.
No, it was
Ew.
Marisol Nichols.
Oh,
Is that how
Marisol.
you-
Yeah, Juliette was the.
Is that how you pronounce it?
My bad.
Yeah, and Ethan Embry was Rusty.
Yeah.
Good, Rusty.
He was good, Rusty.
I have no problem with any of the kids that have played Audrey or
No,
Rusty.
they've all done a great job in their own way.
Yeah.
Just the thought that somebody thought Juliette Lewis was hot.
She's not ugly.
Yeah,
She
she's
had
old.
some
ugly.
moments.
My
I'd rather
sister
super
agrees
glue
with
my
you,
dick to
Kory.
a bullet train than fuck that.
I mean,
Oh,
not
probably.
now, but
I remember going to
Natural
Strange
born
Days. with my
killers.
sister.
You're fucking Juliette Lewis.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
have
she got
used
naked in
Natural
that.
Born Killers as a barometer.
Say what?
from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
She looks good in that one too.
No.
Richie, would you do me a favor?
Yeah, I had fun with that one when I was younger.
Would you
Rewind
Replaying
that.
that?
Yeah.
That was my ringtone.
Sure.
I mean, hey, before we had fucking smartphones attached to us, dude, like you had to make shit work.
Oh, I don't know. So we got some naysayers on this one. I highly agree or disagree.
I really like it.
I mean, I think it's the weakest, but that being said, I don't think it's a bad movie at all.
I think Jay and I are on very similar pages. I'd say this was the weakest for the longest time. But
I think Vegas is a location that would have helped with an R rating because it's,
and
Yeah,
it was
that
actually a
was-
PG movie.
They
That
should
was
have
the-
went much harder. Yeah.
the
Vegas,
most family rated of all the movies.
and that's the problem because Vegas is seedy, like
Yeah.
more adult gags that you could have.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like this movie in particular, there may have been Vegas may have not been like an accident because around this time Vegas was trying to become family friendly in the eyes of the public.
Well, they make a joke.
Well-
They're like, "Should we even? Is that even a place to take the kids?" And he's like, "It's America's #1 family destination."
Kind of feels like a
Yeah.
commercial. You feel me?
Yeah,
Maybe they got
Vegas-
some breaks for doing Vegas if you do these. That you know what I mean?
Vegas is gambling and whoring. It's like what
We
It's
can
not.
workshop
It's
this right
not
now.
but anymore. It's hardly any of that.
Like,
Gambling's like very.
Clark could have got addicted to crack.
where are they gonna go to? I mean, you've had the quintessential vacation movie in the original. You've stayed at home. You've gone to Europe. The other ideas were like going to Australia, which I think would have been horrible.
the methadone
Vacation
clinic.
down under.
Nobody wants. How many movies have already gone to Hawaii? I don't want to
A
see another
cruise might be
movie
fun.
go to Hawaii.
You could have gotten some funny shit on a cruise.
A cruise could have been fun.
That could, yeah. Now that you say that,
Just the Love Boat meets like cousin
Well-
Eddie just happens to be on the boat.
Take the
You want
car gag and extrapolate that into a cruise ship.
Yeah,
there's still time, and especially as an older couple.
I think
See,
Chevy
I don't
Chase
know
is
if
like
that's- he
80.
doesn't even do Clark anymore correctly. Like when Chevy pops up to do Clark, it feels very different.
You've kind of it's tough.
I
I,
don't
mean,
think
he's in
so.
his
I
80s.
see an aged Clark.
I did like in the next one we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah.
I felt his character felt very off.
Well, hold on. Jamie, we like it. Definitely a lower compared to the previous ones, but we both like it. Kory hates it. Jonathan loves it too. Dan hates it. Kory from S'mores and Doors. Final thoughts on Vegas?
Yeah, I like it. I think there's some funny bits in it, so I don't
So
hate
we're
it.
about half
No.
and half.
Which I'd say that's about where that thing probably lands.
Okay. Good middle ground, but I guess. I don't know. All right, the next one goes back to this is still the same time of this is Six Flags when I was there. I had actually won tickets. I never won tickets on a radio station. I was driving on the freeway heading to work and traffic jam. And I hear this. I turn on the radio and I hear the number to call. And so I didn't even know what I was calling for, but I fucking called it anyway. And I won. And I had to say so. What did I win?
What was the
And
question?
Yeah,
Did you have to
it
answer
wasn't even a
or-
question. No, it
Oh.
was just like
this
call in.
number
this
caller.
number caller, or the first caller, or whatever. And I had just popped on, heard the number, and was like, "I'm gonna fucking call. I don't know what the prize is." And it was 4 tickets to Six Flags, Great Air Monster Magic Mountain.
Well, that's nice.
I won a Whopper one time on one of those. That's it.
So you had to
Hey,
drive
Whopper
to the
for Burger
radio
King.
station to get a voucher for a Whopper?
I actually did.
Yeah.
They wouldn't mail it to you. You had to drive to the station. Yep. And that was kind of a pain. But it wasn't too far, though. I think it was I was in Glendale at the time, and that was in Burbank. So it wasn't too far. But I still had to go make an effort to stop and get those tickets in time.
Yeah, in LA, that's a move. That's you gotta.
Might even had to pay for parking to get the fucking go into the whatever building that the
It
radio
was
station was
entirely
in.
free.
Yeah. Otherwise, no, they were in an envelope, but yeah, they didn't make it easy like mailing it to you. Or
I'm talking about Kory though. He had to drive to get a Whopper
Yeah.
voucher.
I mean, I had to go to that town to get the Whopper anyway, so whatever.
you can.
I won tickets to see the Hills Have Eyes remake. That's the only thing I've ever won.
That's a good one.
It's a good one to
That
win.
was.
I don't think I've ever won anything like that.
I kind of want National Lampoon's Bangkok Vacation now.
That would be fun.
I mean, if we're talking about now, like he could just be in a home. It's like what was that John Lithgow movie? The
Rule of Jenny Penn.
yeah, it's like that, but it's a comedy.
I just want to see John Lithgow with the puppet to Chevy Chase lick her asshole. You see in the movie, you get it.
Well, this I'm just gonna bring this up. It's the last poster.
Vacation.
Terrible
this is
poster.
the worst poster.
Terrible.
Worst poster.
Yeah, kind of lazy.
Zero
poster.
creativity. It's basically like Ed Helms is in this movie.
Yeah.
They really well when they announced it, I was like, that sounds fun. Ed Helms is Rusty.
Yeah.
And he actually does he doesn't do a faithful job as a Rusty. I feel like Rusty was always a little more grounded than Clark.
I'm
But-
not the biggest fan of his anyway. So
You aren't. I enjoy Ed Helms somewhat.
He's doing a
Cracks
Chevy
me up.
Chase impression.
Yeah, he kind of has to take that, but he'd have to take sort of that role.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm going to be the only person who enjoyed this movie. It's Vacation 5 to me. I mean, we
I
do
like this one.
You
Better
do.
than
Like,
Haggis.
It's funny gags. I don't hate it. Yeah.
I like this
it
one.
was.
Second best one.
Oh,
That's weird.
whoa! Now you've gone off the
Well,
charts,
that's
Kory.
But
Go
I
that
don't hate
far.
it. It's got
It
funny
might
gags.
have. You could
But
maybe
also
say it's
has-
better.
It's better than
Vegas.
Vegas.
It also, but it just has really dumb gags. Like the car is too much.
Norman Reedus is a rapist.
Give
That's
dad
cool.
a good night rim job. Like shit like that's funny.
I mean, it's better than I would have expected it to be. But
Yeah.
I don't want remakes. I don't want sequels 20 years after the fucking original came out. I don't want any of that anymore. It's
I'm just glad they didn't make
rarely
him-
good.
What was that?
It wasn't a remake. They didn't make him Clark.
Yeah.
That's what I'm glad they didn't do.
Well,
I'm glad that I'd rather have this than a remake.
I
they
think if
tried
it would have went that way, it would have been much more hated than it is.
Yeah,
well,
I can see that.
you know,
I
Christina
wanted more
Applegate-
Chevy and Beverly in it. I wish
Yeah.
they were along for the ride with Ed and family, even though they're older.
That would have
What
required them to have
Rusty
to
would
work
you?
with Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I think for a full movie that might have been.
Which Rusty is that? I think it's the
Which-
original.
So you bring back Anthony Michael Hall. Which actor would you have put
Yeah.
in the lead?
I don't
I'd-
think I would have.
I think any of them could have done a better job than Ed Helms.
Well, I feel like if you're going that way, that's where I would go Anthony Michael Hall.
I mean,
But-
even
I mean, that's
Bald-ass
half the
Ethan Embry.
charm of the movies at this point, and they did bring Dana back for the spin-off, which we forgot to talk about. That piece of shit. That
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad-
that was in the middle of this.
But you know,
It's just unremarkable in
Yeah.
like every sense of the word. It's
Yeah.
not funny. It's very made for TV.
Christmas Vacation 2 he's talking about, folks.
Yeah, that one I think everybody's going to agree is a piece of shit.
I think she's
What's the-
too beloved.
You know what's ironic?
Beloved.
She's probably older than Aunt Edna when
Probably.
but I mean, she don't look it though.
what is the short you were talking about, Jess?
Oh, Hotel,
Hotel
Hell.
Hell.
It was actually like a half short film and half commercial
Where can I watch that? 'Cause I've never
on
seen
YouTube.
it.
On
The
YouTube. Yeah.
full movie is on. It's like 15 minutes, 14
It was a
minutes.
series of commercials for hotels.com. Am I right on that?
That sounds right.
Oh,
That
yeah,
like had a loose narrative.
Hotel Hell Vacation.
okay.
And it was
I'll check it out.
cute, but like you go and rewatch the whole thing now, it's really not funny. But check it out as a vacation fan. It's definitely you got to watch it once just to see what you. I would say watch that over Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
Yeah.
I've seen that once, and I wasn't going to watch it again for this. So.
It's
I
yeah.
watched it when it premiered. That was an ABC thing, honestly. It was like a Sunday night movie. And being so pumped for it, and just everyone in the house just deflated.
And then you got to go to school tomorrow.
I had
Yeah.
been duped by like TV movie sequels, so I wasn't expecting too much. But with Randy Quaid, I thought, well, maybe there's some good stuff
Yeah.
in it. Vacation Mission in Moscow, good one, Ghost. By the way,
Well,
real
everybody,
quick- oh, go ahead,
sorry.
Jay.
I was going to say everybody loves Cousin Eddie, so you think, oh, Cousin Eddie's in it.
Now
So-
you can't just have
it's gotta
that.
be-
You can't. He's
But-
got to.
And on paper, it's you think it may be okay.
Oh yeah,
And
on
honestly,
paper.
props to Catherine, Miriam Flynn.
Mhm.
She's great.
Yeah, she is. I would have liked to have seen Randy Quaid back in the remake, but unfortunately
He had already went full fucking crazy before that.
Yeah, he was like very deep in it
Oh,
at that point.
Leslie Mann's the worst Audrey.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't
she
like
doesn't
her.
feel like that.
Which one
yeah.
was she in?
This
Vacation
This
5,
one.
the
Okay.
Remake.
Ed Helms one. 2015, I guess you got to call it. That's another disappointment, but it's not their fault. Everybody is doing it around these times. You know, you're making a sequel, but
Oh
it's
fuck, they're
a
still doing it. They haven't
reboot.
stopped.
Yeah,
If it's
reboot,
on for a while, it gets the original title back.
Was
and that's
Judd Apatow attached to this?
because
You know what? I
Leslie
don't
Mann's in
know.
it.
Yeah,
because
that's what
his
I'm
wife's
saying. He
in it.
puts his wife in every fucking movie
We
he
fucking
makes. So.
Cherry Moon Zombies her. She's pretty hot though, dude.
Oh,
I
for
can't-
sure.
No, she's played some great performances, but as far as Audrey goes, I don't think you're right. It's probably my least favorite.
Yeah, there's just nothing particularly Audrey-like about
Audrey was never blonde either.
Oh, Juliette Lewis, but like
Which still-
she doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no Audrey archetype
Juliette
there.
Lewis blonde?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Leslie. I just don't think didn't make any sense.
I wouldn't have minded the Vegas Vacation kids playing those roles, but I guess Ethan Embry's maybe not a big enough name to lead that movie.
Thank you.
He
would've
was at
been
one
good.
time. I
Yeah,
think.
but not
He had
at
a
that
short.
time, I don't think.
This Empire Records is probably right before Vegas, right?
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
year before, 2 years.
And that thing you do, the Tom Hanks movies, and you go way back. He was in that Dutch with Ed O'Neill. I love
Oh,
that
yeah,
movie.
when
That's not talked about enough.
Ethan Embry's a very good
That was
dramatic
his-
actor too. He's awesome.
That was like the Ed O'Neill vehicle to movies.
That flopped.
Yeah, but then he did like
Little Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
He just never made the transition. He did that. Do you remember? Speaking of Ethan Embry and Ed O'Neill, the Dragnet remake.
What?
Yeah, Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry are in a Dragnet remake.
Huh.
Yeah, he plays Joe Friday.
Oh.
That's wild. I never heard of that.
You don't remember when they brought it back?
No.
Just remember
tried
the
to
Tom
bring-
Hanks one.
Yeah. Which wasn't that good either.
Yep, Dragnet had one season in 2003, and it was Ethan Embry and Ed O'Neill.
I was gonna say that one must not have even aired the full
That was
season.
a Dick Wolf joint, buddy.
You better stick to Law and Order.
Damn, did I just stump Dan?
That's TV. Like,
Oh, it doesn't matter. I did it.
yeah, I mean, I thought it. I didn't think that was Ed O'Neill.
It is, though. And Ethan Embry is Frank Smith.
He must have done that right before Modern Family. Then
No, I did it several years before Modern Family. It was 03. Modern Family starts in 09.
09. Okay.
Yeah.
Did anybody else, aside from me, my wife and I saw this. We were in 2015 in the theaters. Did anybody else see it?
No,
I did.
I didn't bother to go to the theater for it.
I was mostly sad. I mean, I didn't have super high expectations for it, and it was funny. It was better than Vegas Vacation.
I think that was my consensus maybe at first because I really laughed my butt off through it. But this one has probably on rewatched. It's still funny, but has dropped down a little bit. And I think Vegas has taken it over again. This might be my least favorite. If it beats any of the other ones, it's Vegas. But again, I love all 5 of these movies. As a whole, I love the Vacation franchise.
Yeah, it's a terrible. We should have called this show something else, not Rumble. Like horror. It should have just been The Humble.
No, there was some
You have
people
to
who made some
include
stupid
Christmas
remarks.
Vacation too. You can't pretend that doesn't exist.
I try.
You can try, but it's
Oh.
part of the franchise. So.
It's not part of the film, the
It
theatrical film franchise.
Well,
that's-
considering
yeah,
that this show has never observed that rule ever.
Yeah, you're just trying to.
kind of, unless if it's an official sequel, that's considered a spin-off.
The bad. No, that's not a.
Jess, When we covered
the zombie
Puppet
episodes
Master,
we did not count Day of the Dead 2 Contiguium.
Yes, when we did Puppet
Entirely
Master,
different.
we covered Demonic Toys versus Puppet Master, and that is not considered canon.
Of course. Yes, Jess Graham. Follow your own rules, goddammit.
I
you
do.
done
Movie
the
sucks,
Leprechaun-
too.
Have you done the Leprechaun franchise?
Yes. Couple.
Okay, did you do everything after 2 and Origins?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did do the
Okay,
franchise.
well then there you go. Origins isn't even in the same fucking universe.
Jonathan,
True.
you were on that show.
I've done. You know how many times we've done this? It's been like 5 years. We've done this.
It
thing
has
so
been a
many
couple of
times.
years, I think, since the Leprechaun show.
He smoked lots of weed.
The only reason I
Since
remember
then.
that is because you told me I was overthinking the Leprechaun movie. So
Yeah, like you probably were.
So yeah, with
Let's
the
retread
Hotel
that real
Hell,
quick.
the short. I mean, we mentioned these movies for sure because they are sort of part of it, but I'm not, especially these days because of fucking StreamYard. I'm not making a poster up video for these spin-offs and whatnots. Yeah. Or I'd be making Old Navy the Old Navy commercials too were kind of with another vacation reference for a while there, wasn't it? And did they get Johnny Galecki or was it just Juliette Lewis?
I got somebody.
Oh, it was Anthony Michael Hall. They meshed up 2 different vacations with that one. Anthony Michael Hall and Juliette Lewis with Chevy and Beverly in Old Navy
No,
commercials.
I never saw those.
10 years
I don't
back.
hate that.
Look those up too. if you
That's
want.
probably the most Hollywood bankable version of that family. So
Yeah.
Anthony Michael Hall, you think?
yeah, dude, he had a really good career in TV.
Yeah,
People
Dead
love Big
Zone.
Bang Theory.
And the Dead Zone was on forever.
Yeah.
He was on the Goldbergs.
He's not a headlining actor, but if you put him in a co-starring role like
He
that,
killed it saying Evil Dies Tonight 5,000 times.
ugh,
Oh Jesus!
I don't think anybody
remind
can
me.
make that one good.
I honestly would have just rather them get that little kid or the original boy in that role than
I was talking to my wife last night about these movies, and I was like, "Yeah, the first one's got Anthony Michael Hall, from Breakfast Club." She's like, "Oh, I've never seen that." I'm like, "What the fuck were you doing
In Breakfast Club.
in the '80s?" Like John Hughes, all those movies you fucking love. John Hughes, like that's one of his
16
biggest movies.
Candles.
Is that finally like teenagers now? Because I feel for a while like the
I feel like
Hughes stuff,
Even when I was in high school, you had to watch Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Like that was still like a very relevant thing in the mid 2000s, even.
Breakfast
yeah,
Club
I'd say even
holds
after
up.
that.
I mean,
But
I
maybe
think it holds
now,
up.
yeah, maybe now. No, I don't know. Teenagers now, maybe
Now
not.
probably not. Well, fuck, I don't.
Well,
know.
I
do
grew
weird
up
shit.
loving those movies too. Like as a kid, like even like Lucas and shit from the 80s. I just really like
Before
those.
you knew about the Crisco.
yeah.
They're all
I love
lovely.
Lucas.
Really
I
did
love
really-
Lucas, but now I can't fucking watch
I
it.
love that movie, and it really does suck. Like
Makes me
that
even
really
sadder.
hurt.
I don't need
Yeah.
to be even more
It
sad.
always
watching
bothered
that.
me that Lucas like he was never going to end up with the girl, right?
You just
and he
knew his
had to be-
booty was hurting that whole movie.
Yeah, like not only that, like Charlie Sheen fucking rapes him and takes his fictional girlfriend, and he has to act.
Why are you laughing at that, Jess Graham?
I did not. I did not. I swear.
Cracking up there.
It was the music. Whoever played that.
This
You
is
laughed
breaking
on
news.
his booty hurt.
Oh my god.
Who knows what kids are doing these days? They're wearing Nirvana shirts. They have no fucking clue who Kurt Cobain is or was.
That's just something you're seeing because like I remember even when I was a teenager, like AC/DC had become that thing. Like the licensing had just become a thing for that or something. So they were putting AC/DC on everything. And then slowly over time, it's like I got a Korn T-shirt at fucking Walmart.
I go up to them and I slap them. I say, "Name 3 songs."
Name 3
motherfucker."
songs, bitch.
When they can't name 3, I slap them again.
Kurt
No.
Cobain.
Like I do that. Like I wear band shirts, and I'm like, "Well, fuck!" Like on the spot, could I name 3 songs? Like, I mean, I know this band backwards and forwards, but I don't know that on the spot.
Yeah, you can be put in a
Uh,
position.
Blind, Shoots and Ladders. Shit, what's the third one?
Adidas.
Yeah.
I'd wear like a Call of Duty shirt back, and then I didn't even play Call of Duty just because I got the shirt from like either a buddy or the video game convention.
Yeah.
It's like given to me, so I'm like, I'm wearing it. It's a comfortable shirt.
I'm cool.
But everybody be like, "Oh, you play Call of Duty?" No.
Nope.
Why?
Why?
Why, man?
Because your entire wardrobe is Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Well, they
It was
give out
one
free
shirt,
clothes. Everybody's got that buddy who just has every free T-shirt he's ever gotten. He's just wearing like an Ace Hardware shirt.
It's like Jake with koozies.
It kind of is.
I wish I had every free shirt. I've gotten some cool shirts.
Well, it's like, there's a bunch of people in Mexico wearing Indiana championship shirts right now.
Right now, yeah.
I'd probably wear that too.
They think Howie's still walking.
It'd be kind of cool to get your hands on some of that weird shit.
Yeah.
This year, man, those hats that the Thunder were wearing were probably the most garbage hats I've ever seen. It looked like they were in the back ironing the shit on. Yeah,
NBA has a fucking logo problem like across the board. Like they took if you look at the '90s NBA, tell me those weren't the best fucking logos ever. And now they all suck.
Raptors, Hornets.
Yeah, you had the Raptors had some of the coolest jerseys. They completely get rid of the fucking dinosaur. What?
I mean, football was kind of the same way. I mean, a lot of the football logos and jerseys were better.
Teams used to have personalities.
80s, 90s. Well, it's like, McDonald's used to be cool. Now it looks like a fucking insane asylum in there.
Yeah, it's depressing.
It's like all these people grew up and they still come here. Let's make it horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I like fun things.
Yeah.
Chair.
I think a lot of people do. I like movies.
All right, money. Yeah, Time Machine's like 40 billion.
Well, anyway,
that's Vacation.
That's Vacation. And we got to rank them, but
yeah, brother.
Who remake? Final words on the remake. Anybody didn't get to speak their mind?
It's decent for a modern comedy. It's decent.
I like some of the gags up with the car. I know Jonathan didn't like the car, but
the car just went too far.
Right. I don't think it did. I thought for the modern day with all these new gadgets in the car, I think
it blew up.
You're right. That was, but this movie kind of stretched a little more, and I think they had to.
But I think that's kind of why I didn't like it as much.
Like they had the hot chick in the car, the Ferrari type chick or whatever, and then she crashes or blows up in the background.
Yeah. Plus, Christina Applegate's arguably hotter than D'Angelo was, so.
I can't go with that one. I get it.
Oh, Sweetest Thing. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. Beverly.
I don't even remember what that fucking movie's about, but I watched it a lot.
Not a bad movie.
It's the Gia effect. What's Gia actually about again?
Selma Blair was still hot.
Yes.
I think Selma Blair still looks roughly the same.
Which she's like really sick. Christina Applegate's got
they
some
both
weird
have MS
now too. Oh, is it MS? Okay.
They both have MS, yeah. I think it's actually affected Selma Blair quite a bit, where she's more advanced.
Yeah.
She's walking with a cane and shit now.
She's had it for a while too.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I want to say
right
like
around.
There was that fucking IFC Midnight movie she did, In Their Skin, which is actually a pretty decent movie. She kind of just falls off the radar after that.
Yeah.
Wasn't she in that show Anger Management with Charlie Sheen?
Was she? I didn't watch all of that. Shawnee Smith was in that.
There were a lot of ladies in that show.
Anger Management wasn't bad. It just wasn't necessarily good either.
I think Sheen's just done. I don't think he's really doing much of anything now.
There's a show called Bookie, which is Sebastian Maniscalco's like sitcom about him being a bookie, but it's over now. But Charlie Sheen pops up in both seasons of that as Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, she was in that.
Okay.
She was in that TV show.
Jess was rubbing one out to Christina Applegate.
There's no shame in that, dude. Married with Children, that definitely happened a lot.
I get it, and I grew up with Married with Children, but I think I still got to go Beverly D'Angelo.
I don't think you're in bad shape either way you go.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
Yeah, you're. There's no problem either way there. Let's rank these, and we'll get on out of here. I'm sure these. I don't know if these folks are tired of us going off the track.
I'll go 3, 2, 1, 4, 5.
Whoa. European's your second, and Christmas is your third, huh?
No, this is
No.
one.
Oh, wait,
Christmas
three,
is 1.
3,
2,
2,
1. Right?
Or Christmas is your first, yes.
Yeah,
or the
Christmas-
first, the original's your in third place is what I meant to
Third,
say.
yeah. Christmas.
Okay, European.
The original Vegas remake.
Okay.
See, I go Christmas, original, Vegas, remake, European.
Wow.
Best to worst, I go Vacation, European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, the 2015 Vacation, then Vegas, and then Christmas Vacation too.
Okay, you just had to throw that one in there then.
Of course, because it fucking.
They wanted to really stamp how shitty that movie is.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody else tricked. We don't want anybody to get hoodwinked.
I'll throw the little caveat out there that I do want to watch European again, but I'll go Christmas, OG, Vegas, the reboot, and then European.
We had the same list, Kory.
Yeah.
1, 5, Christmas, European, and Vegas.
Okay.
You got to rewatch Vegas for me, man. I wish you would. I thought you would have done that for this.
You want to come over and help me mow my grass this
Fuck
weekend?
no, I don't. I
Well
got my own
done.
lawn to tend to, and fucking shrubberies and fucking all sorts of sawing out
I
trees.
just can't believe you guys are putting 5 so high. Above European.
Yeah, I honestly, like I said, the only one I would put it above maybe is Vegas. And as time has gone on now, these last 10 years, I think it slowly creeped back down to last. So I'm going to go 1, the original. 2, in a very close second, is Christmas. I honestly can swap those out from time to time. And my number 3 is European. And I'm gonna go number 4 is Vegas now, but it was it was 2015 for a while, and then 2015. But I like all 5 of those movies.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ghosts. Ghosts
went for an almost.
I think that's the same list
Yeah.
as me. Yeah.
He's not a fan of Vegas.
I'm not a fan of Vegas either.
in Europe beats out Christmas for him as well. Okay. Oh, and Ghost, this is. No, we couldn't get you on here tonight. But he's a vacation fan. This is for you, sir.
Here's the ghost.
There we go.
Added to the list.
We'll have to get him on that Infinity Wars poster.
We need a new poster of that.
We need a new ensemble movie to come
The
out.
ensemble.
Well, we got another Avengers coming out, so they'll release a poster for that, and we'll be able to.
Is it the same cast?
I think it's everybody.
People want that.
I think that's their only option right now.
They're going to spend $2 billion making the motherfucker. I'm sure it'll make the money.
It's going to make the money for sure.
People love that shit. I don't really know why, but
you know what they don't love?
It'll
Captain
be
Marvel. I don't like that shit.
I could sleep like a baby through those damn movies, man.
Kentucky poster. The next get together, it'll be an Avengers type poster.
Avengers.
And if you remember, Ghost, those are everybody from like the second season on. Like if you were on at least a couple episodes, you got yourself a cartoon character.
Bring mine up. You have mine available?
Don't. Well,
there's the one of Dan getting cummed on. Remember?
Yeah.
Which was getting bukkake, dude. Just
you are?
No, Dan. It's like it's supposed to be like confetti or snow or something.
Oh, that's his
cum or cocaine, maybe.
That's his championship. Help me out.
When he was at the AVNs. Walked in the wrong room.
Should have seen that Russell Crowe movie. Everybody was drawing dicks going into his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the hell that movie's called.
Exorcism. No, Exorcism. The other.
Oh, okay. See, Russell Crowe has officially done too many exorcism movies.
I think he's got at least one more.
And they're all bad. They're all bad.
Hope's Exorcist
is like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Was he in the one with directed by Joshua, whatever the kid from? There we go.
I just found a new way to share pictures like this.
Gripping the steel, y'all.
So we've established we got to have an AVN meetup for the group.
I'm not wasting my money on that.
You would have so much fun.
I just get up to date on my vaccinations.
I'd be like, if you fucking ate today, sweetheart, have you called your father? You doing all right? Jesus.
You can meet Joanna.
Now don't go off on yourself like all these other girls.
Yeah.
You talk all the women into retiring.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck are you doing?
You're like, man, quit. We need them sad and pathetic. That's how we make them do stuff.
They're all very bubbly.
I'm sure they are. You paid to be there.
Quit telling them about their self-worth.
Don't tell them they're people.
You're a hole. You're a fucking hole.
These women ever find out they're people, they're getting out of here. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm
can meet Nina Hartley.
Stop telling them their families with.
There's the bukkake champ himself.
Daniel Shine, the Horror Rumble trivia champion, 3 times in a row.
Bring that back.
Undefeated.
I'm gonna win it.
Got some.
He kind of looks like a white Smurf.
Reverse Papa Smurf.
Yeah.
You got to go edgy next time, Jess. Do like the necromantic movies or guinea pig.
Those?
Guinea pig.
I remember the good old days when I met Dan and he had a brown beard.
This is true. This is true.
I was about to say I've changed a little bit since this one.
These are. Why did that happen?
I don't know. You might have to redo mine, Jess.
Yeah, Kory fucking cut his hair off like a fucking sellout.
These are pretty ridiculous. These are. I was gonna get to.
Hey.
That was taken when I had my original ankle.
That's how you're putting all the weight on it there.
Yeah. Now it's the other way.
You got
now that's fiction.
You gotta reverse that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was taken. I like the way you said that like it was a snapshot.
I know, that's so crazy.
That was outside the hotel in Lexington.
That's what Kory looks like in person.
I was feeling sick that day.
Hold on. I gotta ask.
What does Kory's look like? His picture, I don't even remember.
His cartoon picture?
Yeah.
Nah, his 8th grade picture.
I just had it.
No, the other one, the other Kory. It's fucked up. You guys have the same name.
I was on the.
Corey
You
with the
know, my
K,
hand-
Jess. Corey
It'd be
with the
nice
K.
if you could fucking pronounce the K.
I was going to say it, but I thought you knew what I was talking about.
He's pussy killer.
I was
from
just
now
ready
on.
to pull that one up.
Pussy.
Kory with, oh yeah, you got to redo that one.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that now.
Fucking Hitman hard over here.
My left hand and mine looks like the state of Washington.
Oh man, what did I do here?
What was it? Was it Christians that looked like he had his hand down the back of his pants?
Is this Mario Paint, Jess?
It's paint. Yeah,
Dude,
Oh,
Got
you
distracted and
remember
was
Mario
doing the
Paint?
piano part.
I was awesome at Mario Paint, dude.
You could be awesome at Mario Paint, Jess. It wasn't a game.
It was to me.
That fly swatter part was.
That's like saying you're fucking awesome at Word.
I am awesome at Word.
Bro, I will spell check like a
I have
motherfucker.
put that on all your applications. I have mastered Microsoft Word.
I should try. I should try that.
I can make indentions and all everything.
He's just got his hand in his back pocket or something.
Yeah. Up his butt. This is I was trying to pull up earlier. This is another photo of Kory from S'mores Indoors and a couple other friends.
Yeah.
Walking in. Actually, a pretty decent representation of them size wise.
Jake's pointing at his Crocs.
Yeah. Jake in his Crocs, a foot shorter than.
Than everybody else. All right.
Looks like they're taking their child to.
That's what I would say when
Red
I was
Robin.
Kory. I feel like I'm this dude's a kid. Like I feel like I have to hold his hand when we cross the street.
You should have just held his finger and walked him across the street.
I think I'm old enough to be your dad, actually.
Yeah.
How old are you?
48.
Yeah, no, barely. It'd be somebody would have went to jail. But yeah, yeah, somebody was in trouble.
Is your mom a hot teacher?
Yeah, like in this world, that's what we're gonna have to go with.
Yeah.
We're still live. We're still live.
Would have dropped little
Dude,
Jonathan
you
off.
heard
at
the
local
shit I was
church.
saying the other night,
Local
so I
fire
don't really
department.
care.
Oh yeah.
Ones are
Steak-
off now.
On Steak Sauce's channel. My goodness.
Yeah.
That's a lovely King Kong back there behind you.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed my son
Hello,
drew
my
that King
baby.
Kong
Hello,
mask.
I know it's King Kong too. 'Cause it looks just like King
Mammy.
Well, so
Jess is gonna go watch Soul Man now.
Yeah.
Kong.
I gotta cleanse myself from you guys. So what's coming up on all your channel, Kory? What do you frozen?
Nobody's froze.
No, Kory.
No.
You blinked
Kory.
This was a
with 3 Ks.
Pussy killer. Pussy killer. That's how you keep
Kitty,
it straight.
kitty cat killer, Kory. All with K's.
KKK.
Oh,
Killer
wow.
cat, the kitty cat killer Kory.
88.
Uh,
Are you
Anyway,
Any German ancestry?
9.
Are you one of the chosen?
It's funny because it also means no.
Yeah.
Kory from S'mores Indoors, you got anything coming up on your channel?
No, right now I'm kind of in that summer heat holding pattern because it's too hot to stay in this room too long. But so at some point we'll have Jim Haggerty on, and also in light of recent events, I think we got to do the Gone Too Soon porn star tournament. So
The
Dropping
Phantom
my
Theft.
flies out there because they're so happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
What recent events?
Kylie Page died at age 28.
No. She was hot.
So, yep.
Yeah, again, they got their shit together, Kory.
Dan, what do we got going on?
We've got Flesh Wound features here on YouTube. I believe we got Megan 2 and the new Jurassic Park movie coming up this week. And if you're in Anaheim, July 11th, CCW Bleed for the Crown. Kruger's going for the Supreme Violence title against Carnage in a Hellbound body bag match where you have to put your opponent in a body bag and light it on fire.
Put them in a body bag.
Is that going to be on like any kind of pay-per-view thing, Dan?
Or? Possibly. I don't know if it'll be live or not. They're working that out, but
Gotcha.
Even though I hate deathmatch wrestling, I'd like to support Kruger.
Yeah, he's going to be doing some really crazy fucked up shit in that match. So it's going to be interesting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Jonathan, anything at all?
I don't do nothing until Region Free comes back. I'll be on that Haggerty show.
Yeah, you can always find Jonathan around all of the channels here, I think.
Yeah.
If not on screen, maybe hanging in the chat. But you're definitely a regular around these parts.
Of course.
And we're glad to have you.
The
Glad to have
boy.
each and every one of you.
Yes, I always love having you on so you can tell me when I'm wrong.
I do love it because our tastes seem to defer so quickly.
And
I think what was
so
it?
much
Was
fun
it the
watching you
last? What was it? The Psycho show where Jonathan and I actually agreed.
Yeah, it's like a fun thing. Like when we agree on something.
It means a lot more then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the rest of us just jerk
Every
each other
road
off.
has its thorn.
guess.
Fucking.
You're like the modern day Odd Couple.
Every rose has its thorn. Winning that tournament fucking ended.
You cannot blame me for that.
Yeah, because only you would put every rose has its thorn in a tournament.
It is the greatest power ballad of all time.
Can these guys ever be in person together?
We're just gonna disagree. But I mean, I love Kory.
Let's ask all the porn stars their opinion at the AVN.
They're all dead. It's the sad thing about porn stars. One day you're
The next
touching
AVN's going to be at a cemetery, Dan.
Dan's crotch, and then the next day you're dead.
It just comes out of the TV. It's got the long black hair.
Yeah. They all share that tape. So.
Mr. Stingray, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, I hope to be back the next couple weeks. I'm going to be doing a retro snacks live stream.
Yes.
I did it before and it was pretty good until a certain person came in and kind of derailed the whole thing, but that won't be happening this time. So yeah, should be fun.
I remember one time you did it and I came through and fucking mentioned your whole fucking list before you could get through it because I've just been reading the same list.
I'm looking forward to it. So I need to find some new snacks anyways.
I'm going to be doing that in remembrance for all the shit that RFK is about to get rid of.
All the guys that are getting ready to disappear. Your food's never going to get ready.
All my favorite snacks.
No vibrant food.
Two in the sky, brother.
It'll still be there. They'll just be natural.
There'll just be a duller version.
If it's not giving me cancer in one way or another, I don't want it.
Jess is gonna just. Oh no, that's a joke. I don't.
Whoever looked at a Cheeto and went, "Yeah, this is natural."
But we're also used to those chemicals and dyes now. So
yeah, like whatever. What is the cheese dust flavor? It's not cheese. We all associate it with cheese now, but that's not cheese.
Oh, it's not real cheese, I don't think. Yeah.
Well, what's the flavor even? It's like how cherry flavored candy isn't what cherries taste like.
Or grape.
Yeah,
failed mustard gas that they tried in the nom.
But we all Shasta,
dude. Shasta's great.
So we're saying every RFK is going to make all food look like it came from Long John Silver's. Is that what we're saying?
It's
the sea of beige
Yeah.
in the grocery store. I like Long John Silver's though, dude. I ain't gonna hate on it.
Gotta have the extra time to wait for it, but yeah, it's good.
You always feel like you rubbed it all over your body though. Right? You eat it. So why am I seeping grease right now? It just feels like you just picked up the fish and just.
You shower after you eat it.
Kinda, yeah. That's ideal.
I do like it though.
I love going in there and watching the workers walk around back because they just kind of slide everywhere.
Because it's so greasy, dude. There is grease everywhere in those places. This one locally does all you can eat fish and
Ooh, I could put a hurt on that.
on Sundays. It's just me in there with the oldest people on earth.
Yep, sounds like a Long John.
We don't have them anymore. We lost all of ours. All we have is Captain D's now.
Should we have three?
Like.
Captain D's is good. That takes forever.
Wish we had Captain D's, dude. Captain D's is.
We have both out here, I believe.
Captain D's and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
I don't know.
That was Captain Geach. The Shrimp
Oh.
Shack Shooters.
Is a band.
I want to see Jess with the picket sign. Don't take my hostess.
Actually, I want them to because they're already fucking with recipes the last 20 years anyway. They've taken away the lard out of fucking food. It's dried frosting. It's
Hostess shit is no good.
I
anymore.
would-
God, how much smaller
when
can
that-
the cupcake get?
thank you.
Jess is
when
going
that
to
new company
handcuff
got
himself.
Hostess, they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Twinkies suck now.
How much smaller
Break
can
cakes
all get?
suck.
They're at the breaking point of making it smaller now, or otherwise they're going to have to be considered bite sized. You're going to have to get 7 of them in a package.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Those
want to
taste
see
so
Jess
artificial to me.
handcuff himself to the Star Crunch.
Little
Star
Debbie.
Crunch do taste about the same to me.
The fudge rounds are all fucked up now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Little Debbie, isn't it?
Is that Little Debbie? Okay.
The Star
Either way,
Crunch is, I think.
The
Little
cream
Debbie's
pies aren't as
Kind
good.
of rocking, but something is different with a lot of goods.
Little Debbie again, but the oatmeal cream pies are like the size of a fucking quarter now.
Yeah, those have shrunk.
It is insane, dude. I
Those
remember
are shrunk for the original, and I don't like the big ones that when because you can buy the big ones, but like
It's too
super
much.
Big.
It's too
yeah,
much.
that's too
Yeah, I
much.
mean-
I don't know, dude. I still like getting the double decker ones at like gas stations. Don't ever look at how many fucking calories are in those.
Oh,
Those
no.
are amazing.
Yeah, but the oatmeal cream pies have always been, or they were delicious, and they were your best bang for your buck in the box.
They were huge. They were like this.
Yeah.
Everything's gotten smaller.
We'll check that stuff out on Jay's Snack Show. We'll be talking about this stuff. All the links for all you guys should be down below already.
Yeah, we got to end this so I can get really unhinged.
Yes.
Jess, what do we have?
Not a lot. Unless if you want to do, you want to host the 4th of July parade this Friday, we'll do a live stream. But other than that,
Oh, yeah,
We'll
that'd
have
be cool.
it would be, but I don't think it'll happen. Other than that, I think we will have a horror rumble next month and another one of the rumbles in August. Like I said, we're going to try for Terminator then. I don't know what's on the horror rumble. And that's all I got for the moment. What do you know?
Well, we just did another Kory's Dead Time Gories, Bloodstained Bears, Cubby Bear, and the Science Fair. So,
It's the last one. Go check it out. It's canceled.
Yeah. Yeah. Jess is shutting me down.
Didn't make the deadlines.
We've got rules,
he's
Kory.
got to make room for his TGI Jess.
Ah. I don't know if y'all out there make this last episode of the Gory Skyrocket. I may reconsider, but no. Check it out. There's some good stories in there. This last one's good. Enjoy it.
Yes, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
I tease him. He is ahead of this channel. Some days I regret it, but here we are. He is a.
Gee, thanks, Jess.
So until next time, Thanks, guys. Thank you all for coming. Can't have this show without you. Entrants, good friends, and you people in the chat and everybody else watching at home. Good night.
Bye.